Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 630 live. Welcome to Twitch All-Star Wrestling. Welcome onto the broadcast booth, of course, Moon Raider, Luke the Gooner 94, and I believe Infinite Odie is still with us. So we're going to be starting the show off with a lot more entertainment value than per usual, which is always nice. Lots going on, 9 matches, all championship matches. We're going to be setting the tone with a bang today. We're going to be starting off with an Elimination Royale for the Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Championship. And it is going to be a fire show, so you definitely don't want to miss a single solitary second of the action. And hopefully we don't have any problems going forward. We know there's all kinds of issues right now. You know, generally speaking, it seemed to have mostly been with PlayStation 5, but PlayStation 4 also does have its quirks. And, you know, well, it's 2K. It's 2K. What else can we say? So earlier we were all talking about WrestleMania. We were all satisfied with night one, but would have liked it to have been just a little bit higher tier, I guess I'll say, for lack of a better word. Some of it didn't seem WrestleMania quality, and that's a little concerning. But it's going to be hard not to have good quality with night two, because the matches for night two are far better than night one. I mean, it should be a good night. It really should be a good night. And although I would like to see Braun Breaker, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about lots of things. We've even got Joe Link's match recaps and highlights. But I want to see Braun Breaker actually retain his championship. I'd like to see him come into Mania as champion and leave as champion. Not sure that's going to happen. It's a fatal 4-way contest, and if you're going to take the title off a champion, that's a pretty good opportunity, right? Would you guys agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. I think it's a great opportunity to do so. And, I mean, honestly, we've talked about this already, but I could see Dominic Mysterio stealing that championship. Man, would he draw some heat from the crowd, and it would further piss off Finn Balor? I mean, he'd be on the hunt for Dom. You know, we could maybe finally break Dom away.
That might set up a decent feud, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The 3 matches, again, just to recap from our discussions from before, 3 matches I thought the best at Mania were the main event, the Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair match, and I think LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. But the match that wasn't on the cards was Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, and I got to tell you, if you haven't seen that match, you're going to want to go watch that match. It was WrestleMania quality matchup that wasn't on the WrestleMania card, as ghastly as that is. But starting with, I don't know, Oni, let's start with you. Are you still here, Oni?
Yes.
What are your thoughts, or let's say, what are your expectations for night number 2? What would you like to see?
Well, the only match I honestly care about is the women's title match.
Yeah.
As long as I see Io retain, I don't give a shit what else happens.
Yeah, see, I want Io to retain, too. I think she absolutely deserves to keep that championship. And I don't want to see her become just another transitional champion. I think she should be valued more than that. She's very good in that ring. She's very good in that ring. And
I hope she doesn't become a transitional champion, but it might happen.
I hope not. I'm hoping not. You know. And as far as John Cena and Cody Rhodes goes, whatever happens, happens. But I will say this. Cody is so bloody over, it would be hard-pressed to find a way to continue that kind of hype. But if they were to screw Cody Rhodes out of that championship, you know, via The Rock, John Cena, and who knows, maybe Heyman and Rollins. If they screw Cody Rhodes can still continue as the babyface that got screwed, and now he's on a second championship chasing run. Right? His family never had one championship. He managed to do that. That was supposedly finishing his story. Well, the story doesn't have to finish, does it? He can create a brand new one, end up with a second championship run. And I think it would be good to take the title off Cody Rhodes at this point. And why not? It's John Cena. You know, if you're going to,
it's not gonna hurt Cody Rhodes. It's not gonna hurt.
It won't. No, it won't. It won't hurt Cody Rhodes. At the same time, if John's there to put Cody over, I respect that too. We'll see though. I don't I mean, if you follow the story, I think it would just weaken the story. If they have Cena lose is my problem. So, but, Oni, what do you think? Cena? Or do you think Cody Rhodes retains?
I don't really have an answer.
Yeah, it's a tough one, eh? They finally have a situation that's very intriguing going on here. They really do. Because most cases you can say, well, this is probably what's going to happen. But I just don't know. I feel like there's going to be a twist somewhere. But
The Rock will probably get involved somehow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, maybe even Rollins and Heyman get in there. Who knows?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So.
That was another thing I saw coming, was Heyman joining Rollins. I mean, what else would the favor from Paul Heyman to Rollins be at that point? I had a feeling... that was the coolest part of the whole match, though, is when Paul Heyman nuttered both Punk and Reigns. I thought that was fantastic. It was fantastic. So I quite enjoyed seeing that. But so that part wasn't shocking to me. Good storytelling. Yeah, I think the storytelling was better than the match ended up being overall, but it was still good. It was still a good. It was a good match overall. But what about you, Moon? What do you think? Do you think Cena or do you think Cody Rhodes retains?
I think it's Cody Rhodes. Well, John Cena winning.
You think John Cena wins? Yeah. And Luke, I think that's what you think too, right?
Yeah, I think Cena too.
Yeah. What about Braun Breaker? What do we think about the Braun Breaker situation? Like, I know you've heard what I thought, but what do you guys think?
I think it's a good idea to have Dominic Mysterio win that fucking fatal four-way, maybe. But
yeah. What about you, Moon?
I think I'd also Finn though as well. I like Finn to win it.
Yeah, maybe Penta or one of the three challenges.
You think maybe Penta wins?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Dominic.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling Dominic wins. I don't know why I think that. I really think that he somehow... Because again, he's going to draw a lot of heat by winning that thing. He's going to get a huge reaction from the Mania crowd. And also, it furthers his ongoing kind of sort of in-faction rivalry with Finn Balor, and we could maybe finally separate those two. Because I really like to see Dom do something different. I really would. That's what's held me back from investing in, because he's just seems to be Finn Balor's lackey for the most part. But
that's probably Carlito. Oh, I have to be that.
But that's another thing, is I like Carlito, and they haven't really done anything good with Carlito since he came back. Really.
Yeah.
But
not really. I believe.
What else is going on for night 2? We got quite a bit of stuff going on for night 2. We've only talked about a couple of things.
Randy Orton's Open Challenge.
Yes. Now, do you think Nick Aldis is the one to answer that, or do you think somebody different?
Yeah, I think Nick Aldis.
I think it'll be Aldis.
Yeah. I think it'll be Aldis too. I think because he's never said that he's retired from in-ring competition or anything of that nature. And I'm sure he's in his contract is capable of wrestling if he would like to. You would think.
That's what I mean, yeah. I think it's a pretty damn good fucking RD, actually.
I think it would for the year.
I mean, I think it would be fun just to see Nick back. Because I like Nick Aldis. He's a fantastic wrestler. So I was... I was bummed out when I found, because I was happy that he got signed by WWE, but then I find out he's not going to be wrestling, at least not in the immediate future. And I was like, God,
he's been
damn.
quite good in the GM run, though.
He has, yeah. Yeah. So is Adam Pearce, though. I like Adam Pearce.
Nick's a damn good fucking wrestler, I think.
Yeah. Adam Pearce was quite a good wrestler, too, back in his heyday. He was NWA champion. I think maybe more than once. Once for sure.
Didn't Nick wrestle Cody Rhodes on NWA?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was for the title, if I'm not mistaken. But Randy Orton definitely needs an opponent, so I do hope, and it would be nice to see Nick Aldis answer that call.
It's fucking shame we're not getting Owens versus fucking Randy Orton.
Who else would it be? You know, if not for Nick Aldis, Rusev.
Yeah, because he's been spotted in this.
Probably.
Yo, Strife. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, actually.
I mean, who else is there besides Rusev and Aldis? Is there anybody else we can think of that might jump into that? Hopefully not Solo. You know, Jacob Fatu won the U.S. title. Jey Uso won the world title. Maybe Solo needs to shine too. I don't know, but I hope it's not Solo. Hello, mortals, immortals, and everyone in between, Strife says. Which one of us are the immortals? Out of curiosity. Alright, well, while we continue conversations, we're going to get the first match of the day underway. Our tone setter, again, it is for the Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Championship. It is going to be a banger of a match. Great way to start the show. We got Gunther, Zach Payne, Seth freaking Rollins, Alex Ramon, main event Jey Uso, and of course Professor Pollux, Poindexter. These 6 gentlemen were of course in pursuit of the Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Championship in Season 5, amongst other championships. But it's a great way to start off Season 6 for Twitch All-Star Wrestling. If you're going to start it off with a bang, may as well have a championship on the line, and what better championship than the World Championship? That's how we're starting the day. So let's get things rocking and rolling right now.
It's probably one of the first Gunther matches I watched last night and thought, fuck me, that match was just not that good.
I remember Gunther's match in when he was under the name of Walter in NXT. He had a good match here with...
Remember when people freaked out when they changed his name from Walter to Gunther, remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And now you probably couldn't even think about going backwards. You know, plus information came out about why the name Gunther was chosen and why he decided to utilize the name. Well, it's all to do with family lineage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like Gunther better.
Me too. Yeah, the Walter thing was just kind of, I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah. When I hear the name Walter, I think Jeff Dunham.
just Walter.
Walter Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm kind of glad they actually
Falls
changed it
count
that
anywhere
way.
certainly adds an element of unpredictability to this match.
The name
Fuck.
says it all. The action of this match could spin
Goddamn
out to
entrances
anywhere
weren't on
in this
again.
arena.
The ultimate
And I
sign of
checked beforehand and it said they were on, so I'm going to have to watch that every single match now. Fuck, that makes me mad.
jumping knee drop.
That's 2 shows in a row.
Well,
A no DQ
at
Or they-
least the match started.
At least the match started, that is true. Oh yeah, I gotta put the logos back on the TAW Arena barricade too. I only did it for for Action Zone Wrestling and Wrestle Wars Genesis. I forgot I'd removed them all. That way, if we utilize the arena,
Archer.
you like it?
Yeah, where'd you get it?
It's pretty. I stole it. How dare I? Double how dare I? We have a match starting that there was no fucking entrances for again. Not a good way to start. But anyways.
Hope Night 2 is better tonight, man.
Today's strife is Razor Ramon. I mean, entrances are part of a show, so it's annoying to me that they, for whatever reason, turn themselves off and you have to manually turn them on. And like I said, I checked beforehand and it said they were all on. But yet, the show starts and I have to turn them on. It's lovely. But like Odie said,
I call the new cameras for the entrances as well.
Like Oni said, at least the match started. At least it didn't crash or anything like that.
Yeah, I had a unique problem yesterday. I fixed it since, but I had entrances, but like no nameplates.
You had no nameplates? That is weird.
Yeah, and there was no transition to where before, so I had to go into shows and like there was nothing set. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh wow.
It was weird.
Well, the other thing I noticed.
I watching like the set, right? Just all over again, but like I thought like turn it off when I've been enjoyed it.
The other thing I noticed was it changed some of my overlays. I had to go fix them all last night. Like for like the replay overlays and when it's transitioning stuff like that. Like I had to change things because it, for whatever reason, put different things in there for show details that I had. Makes you wonder how stuff like that happens, eh? They give you an update, supposedly for the benefit of the game and to fix any problems it was having, and just all new ones come out of nowhere.
There's a shoulder up almost immediately.
I was not expecting that from him at this point. Shrugging off the pin like it's nothing.
One thing's for sure, we won't have to worry about countouts today. I've made sure of that. Now, we didn't have any on Action Zone Wrestling, but I thought that's one of the main problems happening is there seems to be countouts everywhere, including ladder matches, which is interesting. I haven't had that problem, but other people have. So I thought, you know what? Not that I expected any crashing either, but I figured we're going to have Falls Count Anywhere matches today. If they still have a count out, that's just weird.
Well, Gunther's got some fighters, isn't there?
Ooh, Alex Ramon just about got eliminated by Zach Payne. Yeah, it's is it the same start time tonight, or did they change it?
Same start time.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. EDT, I think.
Okay.
So Eastern time, 6 p.m. Central.
Wow. Alex Ramon has been eliminated.
And even 5 p.m.
If you're from the UK, it's midnight.
It's midnight in the UK? Oh yeah, I guess it would be, yeah, because you're 5 hours ahead, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
So you're going to be up till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Infinitoni is 76% World Championship worthy. We had no victors of anything on the last show. Nobody won poker, nobody won dice. It was nuts. I mean, we've had shows like that before, but
Strife got a tag team.
Strife did?
Yeah, he got 100%. Or they got 100% tag team.
No, I missed it. I'm just scrolling back. Look at that! Holy shit! The Strife right off the hop. Well, Alex Ramon is gone. Oh, I thought Zach Payne was going to be gone there for me. That was a really slow count. That said, though, probably would have only been a 2 count. Rollins has been taking a beating from pretty much everybody so far. There's no bias. Just everybody wants a piece of Rollins.
I got the fear.
It's got to be better, nice too.
So
it's got to be better.
Last show, no championship-worthy teams, no winners of any other redemptions. Today, already 2. Tag team and pure. 1 from Strife, 1 from Oni.
I've already made my pick.
Did you?
Karrion Kross.
Ah, yes. I had a feeling you'd be wanting to push him soon.
With Scarlett.
With Scarlett. Yeah.
Always with Scarlett.
I think most matches you're capable of now.
Yeah, now. Last game, no.
No, yeah.
If there's DQs off, you couldn't do it.
No, exactly. That was a good change they made. What?
Gunther's been eliminated.
Yeah, but why is the match over? Yeah, how though?
Was it elimination?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the same question I was going to ask too.
We know it was elimination because Alex Ramon was eliminated first. What?
I've noticed this same thing, I think, happen in OnlyFans earlier.
What is even happening?
But he was experiencing count-out still.
So I think here's where Ramon gets eliminated, I think.
Twitch
No, that wasn't.
All-Star
Is this it here? Maybe it was Uso that eliminated him. Yep.
You guys think Logan Paul's winning?
And then... So did Gunther eliminate Rollins? No.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. Whoever the last person that got eliminated, it was the result of the end of the match somehow. We're about to find out here shortly, I think, what happened exactly. Okay, so Zach Payne got eliminated, and the ref calls for the bell. And yet Jey Uso wins. What?
Really? Jey Uso? Of all the people.
That is strange. That is strange. Well, what can I say, guys? It's 2K. That's all I can say. That was an Elimination Royale. There was still...
Shinobi's words.
Oh my god. Yeah, it says greatest of all time. And the match wasn't even completed. There were still 4 people left. And yet somehow Jey Uso won that.
Someone they call main event Jey Uso, he keeps getting booked in openers.
Right? Yeah.
It was the first match.
It was the first match. You know what, though? He had claimed he wanted it to be the first match. I don't know if that was just to work the story or if he actually meant that, but that's what they did. Either way. But, damn! I don't know what just happened, but it certainly wasn't what was supposed to happen. That was weird. Alright, second match of the day. This is for the TAW Pure Wrestling Championship. It is an Extreme Rules match. But, I mean, the last one was supposed to be Elimination Royale, so who knows what we're going to get this time. You might have to put somebody through a table. I don't know. But it is Braun Breaker taking on Chairs from Team Variance of Strife. Humble Sierra Kane going to be escorting chairs. I always want to say tables. Tables is chairs, chairs is tables. The only one that's different is ladders, and he's not even here yet. But it is chairs, not tables. Humboldt's escorting him to the ring. This should be an absolute banger between these two, I would like to say hardcore icons, because they are completely and totally ridiculously physical in that ring. Both of them, so it should be a good matchup.
Yeah.
Let's get the match underway. That was weird. 4 people left in Elimination Royale, and the referee calls the bell and hands the belt to main event Jey Uso. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I am at a loss for words for that one. What can happen will happen. Plus some. When it comes to 2K.
Yeah. I'm afraid that happened.
Right now the matches are like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're going to get. Alright, here we go. Braun Breaker and Chairs. Pure Wrestling Championship on the line.
So
oh, fucking...
Rules, basically
Entrances were off again. Fuck! That part alone is annoying. Well, I forgot to turn them back on, but they shouldn't be off to begin with.
And that toss set them
They shouldn't.
I honestly can't believe we just saw a human being right on the arm. Not good.
There it is. Reversal.
Chair's about to take a dog for a walkie. Variant's going all in on chairs. I mean, I suppose, what else would he do? He is managing chairs.
He has what a counter to break the hold and escape serious injury.
Humbles does not look impressed out there.
Place against the
You think Chairs is going to win?
Because I want him to lose.
Gotcha.
Strapping the leg in an
Yo, Rocky Cross, how's it going? Welcome in. It's been a long time. Well, welcome back. Appreciate you stopping in. Episode number 630 today, Twitch All-Star Wrestling. Was supposed to start off with a bang. It's kind of started off weird. No other way to put it. Weird. You weren't here, but we had a 6-man elimination royale. And after the second elimination, the referee decided to call for the bell and hand the championship to Jey Uso. So, main event Jey Uso becomes the very first Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Champion for season number 6.
Where do your shows take place?
This is the reality of this stipulation.
I believe TAW is Vancouver.
And fast. That was a vicious display. You can
I was
almost
going to say, this isn't like another Montreal screw job. This is a Vancouver.
That was definitely a screw job. Definitely a screw job. There's no
Every
other way to
screw job
put it.
happens in Canada.
Right? He's got a 2 count on Breaker already?
It is unreal that this match is still going on after a maneuver that would end
Wow.
most matches. Stepping out of the ring here. He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer underneath the ring. Now bringing the fight back into the ring.
Oh! Right over the back of that. He was just standing up. He didn't even hit him on top of the head or the forehead. He hit him right over the back.
And he fights it off.
both competitors digging deep into
Probably
their
caught a
well
little
to
spine
keep
there, I
this
would think.
match going. Vicious right forearm.
How fitting is it the Chairs was using a chair in the matchup? It is an Extreme Rules matchup, though, to be fair. At this point, we're lucky there's not more weapons in that ring.
He's certainly feeling that attack.
I'm waiting for one of these times, though, they actually use a weapon and the ref calls for a DQ. Is anybody else waiting for that at this point?
Yeah.
Ron Breaker looking to take a page out of his uncle's playbook. The Steiner. You can feel him desperately trying to find a way, and he does.
Looking for a Steiner recliner, he was. Fuck, I keep wanting to call him Tables. Tables was around so long.
The WWE Universe
And then when he returned, well, who we thought was Tables was actually Chairs.
Right now.
Ooh, a pedigree. Ron Breaker eating the mat.
Oh my God, a steel chair!
That sounds shocking.
Repeated hits like that are going to add up very quick.
Give me in the
Plenty of
hospital 2
damage being
months.
dealt
In coma. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. What caused the coma? If you don't mind me asking. But that's terrible, but I'm glad you're okay. Your heart's beating, you're breathing, you're typing. This is good.
That knee knocking the wind out of him.
Yeah, that's good.
It is.
Fucking hell, man.
Chairs is holding back, still trying to fight like Tables instead of... Yeah, I know. Well, that's what he gets for... Well, that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and your new Twitch All-Star Wrestling Pure Wrestling Champion from Team Variance and Strife. It is Chairs representing the Occult, taking home the gold. Congratulations, Strife and Chairs. At least we didn't get a disqualification or a countout, you know. Honestly, I was waiting for either Chairs to hit him with another chair or a kendo stick or something else, and a DQ gets called in the middle of an Extreme Rules match. Thankfully, that didn't happen.
All my matches now have countouts on for some reason. No matter what you pick, Extreme Rules, ladder matches.
Yeah, I haven't
whatever.
had that problem, but a lot of PS5 people seem to be experiencing that, I've noticed. countouts even in ladder matches, apparently.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Isn't it?
That's just flat out weird.
Are you getting that? Moon Raider, are you getting that issue? No.
The only issue that I physically expect in myself is the Battle Royal match, is where somebody eliminates themselves.
Well, I haven't
seen that yet.
Every match, bro. So try your universe. I don't know, like you get the same issue with me. That's really fucking me off.
Not that I want it to happen to me, but it would be funny to watch somebody eliminate themselves. I mean, what do they do? Just climb over the top rope and leave? Like, what happens exactly?
Would you guys like to see Chris Paul come out in a ladder match, because it's great?
All right, moving on to the next matchup. Matchup number 3 is for the Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Tag Team Championship. Thank you, Moon. I was just doing it as you were saying it. It's annoying that I have to do that. You know what? Let's go ahead. Will it let me? No, it won't let me turn on the ones, and that sucks. Like I said, though, before, when I first set everything up, I checked all that, and it told me they were all already on. So why they were off to begin with, I don't know. It's annoying. Not gonna lie, it is annoying. But here we go. Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Tag Team Championships on the line. It is Pretty Deadly being accompanied to the ring by the one champion himself, Johnny freaking Rainbow, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson taking on Joe and JoJo Davis, formerly known as the Public Enemy, formerly known also as the Ascension, now known as the New Authority. So it is Pretty Deadly versus the Authority for the World Tag Titles next. Crazy Boss, changing his names all the time and trying to cause confusion.
Some of the glitches in this game are like just fucking weird, man.
Some things are definitely strange.
Yeah.
I find some things very funny, the way it goes, but it just gets way out of hand.
Yeah.
Like,
and at the end of the day, it is what it is. What are we going to do?
It's going to be a weird universe to live in with all those glitches.
Yeah, they need to get on it.
Imagine telling someone, I won a ladder match by count out.
Are you getting that issue that I'm getting as well? Oh, is it just me?
No, it's not just you. We already said that. Like, a lot of people, especially PS5 users.
Is Audie getting it as well?
I don't think Oni's been using Universe Mode. He knows about the issues and just hasn't bothered to go through. Plus, I mean, the last time wasn't it Universe that caused some issues with you last time, Oni?
I never really tested it, to be fair, but
Did you not?
From
Yeah.
what I've seen from everybody else, I'm like, I'm gonna hold off a little bit.
Yeah, don't blame you.
What a universe, God. Yeah, don't blame you.
I mean, I'm going with Pretty Deadly here just because Johnny Rainbow come out with them. You know, if he had been preparing for a match backstage or something and didn't accompany them to the ring, I'd have to go with the opposing team. Johnny makes Pretty Deadly better. So I think
it would be good to what's his name? Tyler Breeze to be with Pretty Deadly.
Actually, Oni, do you like Tyler Breeze? Because that's one thing.
You could do that.
I'm surprised you've never claimed him myself a little bit. Tyler Breeze. He could join Pretty Deadly with Johnny and Kit and Elton.
He fits in.
They are ready for battle.
Yeah, I could see that.
That could be fun. I like Tyler Breeze, actually. What is he doing right now, Tyler Breeze?
He was
doing stuff with Xavier.
I've never liked the whole pretty boy gimmick, me personally. I just comes across as like, I don't know, like just a bit, not my type of gimmick, you know. That's what all about this, he said.
I mean, there's always historically there's always been a gimmick, whether it be a tag team or a singles competitor. There's always
nothing against it.
been a gimmick like Pretty Deadly.
I don't like the old pretty boy thing.
Yeah, it works for them. And they're really good, so I like it.
It works, but I just don't like the old pretty boy gimmick thing. I just don't like it.
You don't like pretty boy
Like
gimmicks?
Seth Rollins is.
What is there?
The visionary.
Yeah, I was
You don't
going to
like
say,
pretty boy gimmick?
Seth Rollins
Weren't
is
you a pretty
the...
boy last year?
He was, pretty boy Luke Ballmer.
Just because his face looked a bit better doesn't mean that he was a pretty boy.
He looked like a pretty boy to us. He looked very pretty.
I don't like the pretty boy gimmick.
He jumped off a GQ magazine and came right to the arena. Hair slicked back, makeup on. It was crazy.
It just annoys me, the pretty boy shit. I don't know, it just annoys the fucking shit out of me.
I mean, it's probably supposed to an extent.
Some formidable pairs have vied for this title.
But I like Pretty Deadly, so I was just joking. I just think that, you know, Johnny makes them better, so that's why I said, because
Right,
Johnny
does,
I'm gonna go with Pretty Deadly in this one.
Should make him a manager of
Truly
time.
one of the hallmarks of sports entertainment.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cole. As a former tag team
Like a
champion
pink
myself,
suit,
I have
like
to
that
say
is-
these
out of
matches hold a
Barbie.
special place
That
in
is
my
a
heart.
fucking fabulous idea.
People like what they like, man. I just don't like that type of gimmick, that's all it is.
He tags out.
I mean, you don't have to like the gimmick, just enjoy the wrestlers.
Takedown. And
Well,
out
I think they're
punches
quite good in the ring.
They are very good in the ring. I really think they should be tag
The
champions.
leg drop.
I believe that. I think Pretty Deadly's more than earned a shot to have those tag titles, and they'd make great champions.
Quick work of things and almost
I'd like to
succeeded.
see, though, I don't know what Oni thinks of this, but I would love to see a heel Pretty Deadly.
And into the turnbuckle he goes.
I think that would be so much fun. They would be so obnoxious. I just feel like I can almost visualize some of the things they'd probably do as heels.
When you're the combatant on the wrong side of the double team.
Actually,
You want to rework the game
if I was gonna do a
plan now.
faction, I would want Pretty Deadly and the Fashion Police to work together.
And the Fashion Police, nice.
Held nothing back on that attack.
Oh yeah.
You claimed Pure Fusion Collective too, didn't you?
Yeah, I got PCO.
Yeah, I thought so.
Everyone else has a different name for them.
Shot to the
But
gut. Double axe handle. Double axe
I
handle.
don't like that. I don't like that name at all. Man. It's shite name, that.
Communication between these two is evident by that move.
Collective.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
So much torque on the
They're
knee.
literally
Psycho.
fusing. They're fusing together different talents because each of them are gifted in different ways.
Drop to the knee.
Oh, your name's shite, me.
Of course, Sonya's not even there anymore, but
Put in the corner now.
which is a shame.
well, the way I'm just gonna say it, it's like a female version of this faction that
Turns
I
it
have
into a
here.
pin attempt and easily kicks
Yeah,
out of the
basically.
count.
Doesn't bode well.
That's exactly basically what it is. Yeah.
All I'm saying.
One count by
Yeah.
now.
No, you're not wrong.
I
But I like Sonya Deville. I couldn't believe she got released. I was like, what?
He wastes no
Come on.
time
Oh, here she's still,
dodging the
she's
attack.
still here.
Yeah, she's still in TWA. She's just not with other promotions.
she's on the game.
Well, she's exclusively here now.
She is.
Traps the leg as well. This is trouble. There is no.
Oh man, quick as a cat, just like that. That was a thing of beauty.
So far, so good. Pretty Deadly's looking pretty good in there. I mean, it's kind of been a back and forth affair, though. I mean, nobody's really had what I would say an upper hand yet. At least not for any length of time.
Placing him in the corner.
I mean,
Turns
Can
out
how many
I
matches
ask a
here?
quick question here? So who do you think?
I mean, can we stop you?
Who do you think Lars is Lars' partner? Because Bailey got kicked out.
There's a lot of speculation around Becky Lynch.
I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be Becky Lynch. To be honest, like
that would make sense.
would actually.
But it would have been better as a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of the internet
Do you
just
think-
saying, oh, Becky Lynch is going to come back.
Do you think she shows up tonight?
Yeah.
There's still a rumor that Jericho might show up. Could you imagine? Imagine if Jericho came back and sold his soul to the final boss.
Not modern day. Not modern day Jericho. Can't stand modern day Jericho.
Well, he's not gonna. He changes his shtick up anytime he does something new, so you wouldn't have to worry about that, anyways. I mean, look how many times he's changed his gimmick just in AEW alone.
I hate what he's doing now. He's just a joke. At the moment.
Totally helpless at the moment.
But his contract.
I'm a Chris Jericho fan. I love Chris Jericho.
His contract is set to expire
Leaning on the turnbuckle
this year with AEW. So I don't know when.
Version of Chris Jericho, I like after the Y2J shit that he had,
yeah.
And even the one in WCW, even though I was a couple of years old back in WCW, back in that time.
Yeah.
The best one is the one that he used from 2019 to 2022. I think right about that.
off the tag.
The little bit of the bubbly.
I wonder how many of my other people are
he called himself. The lexicon.
Yeah. I actually like the List of Jericho shtick. I love that.
Yeah, I love that video. Right?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
They are feeding off the WWE fans.
But then again, you don't want to see somebody like.
Goodness gracious.
He's open to a run, yeah. He just said not long ago that he was open to a WWE return, but he was also open to not returning. It just depends on the situation and.
Yeah. Depends on the situation.
Probably like what he's being offered too, I'm sure. Because I'm sure he doesn't want to sign like a deal where he's going to be on the road 290 days a year. You know what I mean? He's got other things that he likes and wants to do still. So.
Absolutely.
I think he's got his own podcast. I'm not really sure.
Another thing I've noticed,
It's
like
with
camera will zoom in on the top.
Bobby Ray Dudley. He has a podcast alongside this dude who was a Cody fan.
Not sure what that's about.
And even Booker T with this, even Booker T.
What were you gonna say, Oni?
I was gonna say I've noticed like the camera's been zooming in on taunts.
Oh yeah, I know.
Time for him to get back.
Yeah, I put that on me in my game.
Yeah, well it is off.
I like it. I like it, me.
I don't want it cutting, or I have it turned. There's different settings for it, but
you can have it. You can set it to it. Does it every now and again if you want it to.
Yeah.
Or you can just set it off completely if you want it completely off.
I certainly wouldn't want it cutting to taunts all the time because that's just weird. But
And a headbutt for good measure. Ouch.
I like it, mate. Everyone's different. Like I also, the thing is, I also like the ramp camera as well. That's what the camera I use all the time.
to the ramp camera.
Ramp camera, me. Yeah,
I just have it so it changes to whatever camera wants.
Yeah, everyone has different, like, everyone has different stuff that they use. I like the app. I like the old school, I feel like the old school wrestling games, why I use the ramp camera. That's the type of wrestling games I grew up playing. So
oh, he missed. Nice evasion, though.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
Uh-oh. A little double team effort here by the New Authority.
Big splash. Big clothesline. In stereo for the pin.
Does Johnny get involved in this match is the question. Will he distract the ref or perhaps one of the New Authority members?
Right into the corner. Tag made. Oh, and a kick. Right to the midsection.
Joe and JoJo turning up the heat, that's for sure.
These superstars' bodies must be racked with excruciating pain.
This is the true testament. Who can dig down, pull the lever?
Johnny Rainbow not enjoying what he's watching.
I've been hanging around with
big back body drop. And there's the tag. It's about time. Spear! Spear!
What were you doing in Discord?
Turning it into a pin.
I was just hanging around with his partners, who should have been partners today. Basically, a few years older than me.
Wilson was
We're
right on
almost at it.
And the cover.
Gotcha.
Oh, he gets the shoulder up before 3.
What's going on there?
I don't know how he just kicked out. I'll tell you
just
what,
she's
I don't
doing
think he
some,
knows either. Throwing everything in the kitchen sink in there.
Kid's ready for something. Wilson looks right on target.
Oh, okay.
Shoulders down.
Wow, look at that. It is over. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and your new Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Tag Team Champions representing Team Infinite Oni. It is Pretty Deadly going home with the tag gold. Congratulations, Oni.
I have to correct you on something.
Okay.
It's Team Infinite Oni and Honeybee.
And Honeybee, that is true.
Honeybee got the pin.
That is true. We also have to credit Honeybee Wrestling. She is part of Pretty Deadly. 2 management teams, 1 faction. I like it.
That's
big
not
win.
The only one.
That's a big win, though, for Pretty Deadly because formerly known as the Ascension, now the Authority. I mean, they had a fantastic Season 5, so to start off Season 6, defeating the multiple-time champions from Season 5, that's pretty impressive. So Johnny Rainbow wearing gold, and now Kit Wilson and Elton Prince also wearing gold. That is a great start to Season 6 for Pretty Deadly. Very cool. Very cool. And Johnny didn't really get involved at all. I thought he would. He has in the past. Jumped up on the apron, distracted her. He did nothing. He had faith in his team today.
Here are your winners, and the new All-Star Wrestling World Tag Team Champions.
New reigning defending champions. And this time, they actually earned the titles even.
They say when you know, you know.
Because we all know Jey Uso did not.
No tag team on the roster that can touch these 2 guys.
Jey Uso got handed that title by the referee for some unknown reason. 4 people.
Realized?
You just realized?
I have 2 tag titles now.
Do you?
The other one is
right, Alba
Unholy
Fire
Union.
and Isla Dawn. That's right. I forgot about that momentarily. But I mean, my head is in Twitch All-Star Wrestling, and that is Wrestle Wars Genesis, so I completely forgot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But you technically still have 2 tag titles, just different factions. That, of course, is a faction that he's in with, it's Sir Jack that has Alba Fire, right?
Sir Jack has Alba.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to watch their progression. It will indeed. All right, so new tag team champions. We got a new world champion. We have a new pure wrestling champion, and we have new tag team champions. Up next, Sarah Suzuki from Team Honeybee Wrestling, and of course representing the League of Nations, and bringing the League of Nations with her, Julia Jackson and B. Jackson in tow. Sarah Suzuki is going, I almost called her Sarah Jackson. Sarah Suzuki going to be challenging Alondra Blaze for her Legends Championship that she just won on Wrestle Wars Genesis. Can she defeat a second member of the League of Nations? Julia Jackson and Alondra Blaze went at it for the vacant championship. Alondra managed to persevere and win the championship. Sarah is looking to dethrone her and bring that championship home to the League of Nations. But what do you guys think? It is Falls Count Anywhere. It is 1v1. I can't promise that the League of Nations will not get involved in this matchup. It is definitely not out of the realm of possibilities. That could happen. But what do you guys think? Alondra or Sarah Suzuki? Who's taking home the Legends titles?
Sarah Suzuki, probably.
All right, Moon, what do you think? Or Oni, whoever wants to answer that first.
Well, for whatever reason, I can't hear Moon, but
no, I can't hear him.
Alondra retains, but she'll throw the title in the trash.
She better not throw that championship in the trash. She will be fired. She will be fired immediately. How dare she even...
I remember when she did that, mate.
She did. To be honest. She took the Women's World Championship to Nitro and tossed it in the trash can.
Well, technically that was Medusa who did it. But,
yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
Same person.
Yeah. It is definitely the same person. But you know what, though? It was funny. It really was. I mean, to watch her toss that title in the trash was pretty funny.
Eric Bischoff did whatever it took to win, and I like that attitude, man.
Yeah, he got a little carried away at one point, though, when they were giving out results for...
Spoilers of that, yeah.
For WWF Raw at the time.
It backfired on him, because Mankind was going to win the WWF Championship.
Yeah, so people changed the channel.
Everyone tuned in to Raw to watch that.
Yeah, sure did. They sure did. That backfired big time.
That was the end. That was the end of the war, right? Potentially, they never took all of it in.
All right, so here we go. Legends Championship on the line. It is 1v1. Sarah Suzuki, Alundra Blaze. Let's go. About an hour and a half till WrestleMania time.
I think it's because Raw was taped and Nitro was a live show, I think.
It was taped at the time, yeah, Raw was. So was Nitro initially, but they decided to go live.
I mean, still, WCW made a huge impact in the wrestling business, I think.
They did. Huge impact.
Oh, yeah. AEW doesn't even match up to it, man, at all, I don't think.
No, they don't. I mean, they're boasting about having aired more episodes now, which is a milestone. It is a feat. But... different levels of contributions to the pro wrestling industry, though.
And bigger moments have happened.
Yeah.
Like, Medusa throwing the title in the trash, that's one. Hogan turning heel, that's another one.
That was a big one, right? Huge.
That was actually probably one of the biggest ones ever.
You can't compare it to WCW or WWF program, really. It's just
Hogan turning heel just changed the landscape, period. Fuck, we forgot to turn the entrances on. Oh, this is starting to piss me off.
Or Lex Luger just showing up at the Mall of America.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
That was a good moment.
I watched that Nitro.
That was the first episode.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question.
Nitro was pretty good.
What's the first match? What's the opening match for tonight? Does anybody know?
I think it's a triple threat match, I think.
Is it going to be the Women's World Title match? See, I think they should open with the Brown Breaker match, but...
Here she goes.
I don't think the women's match should even be a triple threat, though, like, originally, but that's baggy than that.
As long as EO keeps the belt, that's all. That's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for.
If a transitional champion, there's no fighter that even fucking put the belt on him.
Not really, no.
I kind of see EO winning it at the same time. It's like everyone was so focused on Bianca and Rhea.
Come on, this isn't right.
Nice.
Well, I think that's
what I wanted Bianca versus Rhea Ripley, but
I'm hoping what happens is just Rhea and Bianca become so consumed with each other that
y'all pulls out the upset.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind it.
You know, I'm not trying to force my opinions on everybody. I just think Io Sky really deserves to keep that title, just like Tiffany Stratton did.
And here we go.
You know, I think the right thing to do is put Io over. Rhea and Bianca can go on to have a feud leading into SummerSlam. The winner of that feud is going to face Io Sky at SummerSlam for the championship. I think that's how they should run with that. I think Tiffany Stratton probably is going to end up facing Becky Lynch at SummerSlam.
Yeah. In my opinion, Tiffany Stratton's great, but that'd be really big.
I don't know too many people that don't like Tiffany Stratton, but
yeah,
I'm sure she, you know, every wrestler has its fans, every wrestler has its, you know, the people that want to hate on them, the critics, yeah.
I didn't really know Tiffany at first until I started watching more of her stuff. Then I became a fan. At first, like, when I first saw her, I'm like, oh, she's not a pretty face, right? But when I see her, like, she's got the look.
No, I really enjoy Tiffany
She's
Stratton.
exactly what she wanted to be. She's a buff Barbie.
I agree.
So-
When she first,
She is a Barbie, but she's great at the ring.
She's a buff
Very
Barbie.
good.
Like, she looks intimidating.
she does.
Like, she's a beautiful woman who looks like she could whoop your ass.
Yeah, when she goes from smiling to that straight, serious face she has, like she's definitely an intimidating presence, and she's fairly big for a girl too.
Yeah. I cannot say the same thing about Liv Morgan.
No, I like Liv, but there's not
She's
really.
just annoying.
Yeah, she can be. See, I've only started really liking Liv within the last year or so. To me, before that, she was like she was trying too hard to be Alexa Bliss or something.
I like Liv Morgan, I do.
But
I liked her better in the Riot Squad.
yeah, I agree with that.
I think she's doing some of her best stuff.
Look at B. Jackson removing the turnbuckle pad. Referee didn't even see it.
Removing the turnbuckle pad.
You see, Johnny Rainbow,
Jackson.
right? Johnny Rainbow, you know, he shows what chivalry's like in pro wrestling still to this. You know, he didn't get involved. He was out there with his team. He was there to support, and he was there to root him on, but he did not get involved. B. Jackson, first chance she got, she jumped up there. Referee still doesn't see the turnbuckle pad missing, apparently. I don't think Sarah Suzuki sees it either, though, so there's that. I guess Alundra Blaze doesn't have to worry about that right now. But yeah, typical B. Jackson. Whatever gives the upper hand to the League of Nations. Alundra Blaze with a 2 count.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm creating an underground division. Instead of having just the occasional underground matchup, I thought it might be fun to utilize underground matches in a complete division. So obviously, if you've already seen the new championship was post on Discord, that is our first championship for the division, and we're going to be having a tournament for that. There's a tournament ready to roll to crown our first ever underground champion.
The champ taking care of business here. Going for the win, not letting up.
So if anybody has wrestlers they want in that division, or perhaps they're going to claim a wrestler they think should be in that division, or sign a new wrestler, ink a wrestler to a contract they want in the division, whichever, you know, path gets you to that division is fine by me.
Alundra had this match won.
So I could claim an entirely different wrestler for that division. That sounds cool.
Take things into the ring.
Well, because you might not want to use your same wrestler for underground matches as you do for world championship matches, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'll have to have a look into that, to be honest.
Connects. Saw it coming. Unbelievable athleticism. Blow after blow, hit after hit. Somehow these women just keep
it should be
But
fun.
again,
Their drive,
it'd be interesting.
to keep
Yeah.
fighting can't
That's what I
be
thought.
extinguished.
I wish they'd come out with a good MMA game that I could, because if they had a good quality MMA game, I would set up fights much like we do wrestling matches.
The underground, the next
but-
gender, or is it just double gender?
I don't know, actually.
Is it a women's? Is it a men's one?
I don't know if you can have men fight. I would imagine because you can in every other.
Yeah, you can.
Match,
Yeah, you can.
You can. Okay, so
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. So are we doing it
Every match
intergender,
that
or
you
are we
can have
just
intergender.
keeping it separate?
I mean, I don't know if we would do intergender or just have separate titles, but
I don't know. Maybe you should ask like.
it's something we can discuss. Yeah, exactly. We can have that discussed because that's what I did with the TWA Pride Championship, and we all decided that it would become an intergender championship that anybody from that division can challenge for that championship now. So we'll see how that goes.
If I was able to do it, I would put January in that division.
Oh my God, look at that. Alundra Blaze has just defeated her second League of Nations member in a row. So ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and still TWA Legends champion, Alundra Blaze, and Oni called that before the match. And even during the match, she said, it looks like Alundra's going to win. Lo and behold, Oni was right. Oni. Are you Tarzan? Were you doing a Tarzan impersonation? Can you do it again, but with beating your chest?
I'm not gonna do it.
I'll beat my chest like the old Warrior one.
So she has now defeated Julia Jackson and Sarah Suzuki. Wow. That's impressive.
And the thing is, she could have won that match sooner.
Yes, she could have.
But it looked like she did, like, was that a German suplex with a bridge?
Yeah, it was a bridging German suplex, yeah.
On the sledgehammer, but B had the referee distracted. Pretty sure I did a 5 count. Or maybe 6, but it was a long time.
It was a long count, yeah. B did a good job with distracting, just apparently Alondra Blaze too much to handle, too hot to handle, if you will. Wow. Still reigning, defending TWA Legends champion Alondra Blaze. Holy crap.
Defends her crown. She knew to cement yourself as a true champion, you had
That's
to
crazy.
You had to become battle-tested, and that is exactly.
I honestly did not see that happen. Mind you, I didn't see her beating Julia Jackson, so. I mean, is she going to go for the hat trick? Is she going to try and take out B Jackson X? That's the question. That is the question.
Might as well.
I mean, at this point, may as well give it a go, I would think. Why not? Collect all 3. All right, here we go. And we're turning the entrances on from now on. I wish it would just let me turn them all on ahead of time, but it will not. It's, again, and we've already discussed this, but it's strange that I have to, because, again, before we even went live, and before earlier when I set everything up to get the show ready to go, it showed me that all entrances were on. And then we start the show, get into the matches, and suddenly I've got to turn them all on manually. I don't like the fuckery. I'm not going to lie. I don't like, 2K messing with us in the manner that they are with as many different things as they are. How dare they? But here we go. Next match of the day. It is the one Elijah Archer looking for another championship title defense, this time against Macho Man Randy Savage with Elizabeth at his side. And it looks like Joe Hendry going to be accompanying Archer to the ring. Falls Count Anywhere with the championship on the line is next. It is next. Anyways, so is it for sure that the triple threat match is the first match tonight? Or were you just taking a shot in the dark there? Because I think Luke was the only one that answered that question.
What question?
I know I read what was the first match for tonight.
The triple threat match?
I think it was a triple threat match, I think. I've just gone by what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or like.
I don't know either. That's why I was asking if anybody did. Moon, did you hear anything? No?
I haven't heard.
Alright, here's a better question. What match would you start with? Me, personally, I would start with the Fatal 4-Way match. I think that'd be a good way to get the adrenaline flowing.
I think so.
I think maybe that match, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe Randy Orton.
Actually. Yeah, I mean, that might be a good match to set the tone. It's too bad we're not getting Owens and Orton, though, because that would have been such a great match. It really would have been.
I love Kevin Owens, man. I love Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I've always liked Owens. I mean, I've been watching him wrestle a long time, him and Sami Zayn.
The following contest is a
Good old Canadian wrestlers. Some of us were just talking about the amount of...
As a Canadian, you must be proud of that.
Well, there's a lot of great pro wrestlers that have come from Canada. That's what we were discussing the other day. If you were to Google Canadian pro wrestlers, you'd probably be surprised the list you would get of...
I love the Canadian atmosphere of professional wrestling. I do, honestly.
We do have passionate fans. But I gotta tell you, though, like, the people that rival that is Europe. Fuck, they're loud. They got some great passionate fans over there. Like, they're going to make and they did make a shit ton of money, but they're going to continue to make a shit ton of money touring in Europe, I'll tell you that right now. And there's new markets over there that are going to eventually open up, even for Netflix, because there's a lot of areas that don't have the capability to watch WWE on Netflix yet. They haven't opened that market up yet. So when they do, the floodgates are definitely going to open when they are ready to do so.
When it comes to big
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Man knows how to come up big. Yeah,
What do you guys think? Does Archer retain, or is he going to fall to the madness? The last legend to take a championship from Archer was actually season 4, and it was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He has.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He has. Does it? I didn't think so at the time. I was like, what?
Well, I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about something else entirely, but it's funny you mentioned Ricky Steamboat. But right now you're facing Macho Man.
Yeah. That is true.
It's just WrestleMania 3 just popped in my head just now. Think about
instead of the Dragon, it's Archer.
The Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Macho Man, Intercontinental Heavyweight title at the time.
Yes. Which I think it still should be called that. But as it is, they just call it the Intercontinental Championship now.
Ricky won that match.
I didn't decline your call.
Yeah, you did.
I can't decline it.
I tried calling and messaging.
Doesn't even show I got a call.
Check messages.
Oh yeah, 5:39 you called.
I certainly hope this superstar is prepared to step to the Macho Man's challenge.
But that's the only one though. It just shows once, but it didn't come through though.
Randy Savage.
Sorry, my wife just got home. She tried to call, but I didn't get a phone call. It says I did, but it didn't come through.
I messaged you like 3 or 4 times.
Doesn't show that either. Oh, it does now.
Anyway.
I just put it on.
Okay.
Weighing in at 239 pounds.
That's fine.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Good.
It was done in a slow cooker.
I'm just going to mute myself for a few moments because the wife just got home and she brought me food. So I'm just going to be a moment. You guys can sail the ship just fine on your own, I'm sure, for this matchup. And if anybody makes, you know, outlandish, disgusting comments about Archer while I'm not on the air, I'll have to ban you, just so you know ahead of time. But I'll be back.
You can see it in everyone's eyes. They all want this championship.
You're not rewarded in WWE for sitting back and waiting. This superstar did things on their own terms, and that's why they're the champ.
That hard work and determination certainly has paid off for them, Corey, but the challenger has put in that same effort. It'll be a close contest. Savage gonna run his opponent across the ring
and hot-shotting him over the top rope.
Okay, Randy.
From the top, double axe handle connects. Oh, and a stomp. Oh, boom, what a forearm.
Ah, caught on the chin. Oh, no, he just got busted wide open. The official
Who's that Macho Man fighting?
Trying to get
Who's Macho Man in the ring with here?
No clue what's in store.
Is that's Archer on his game?
Boundless energy from Randy Savage.
What offense from the Macho Man.
Countering that offense.
He's managing to find some of that needed breathing room.
He endured the charge and now looks to lead his own raid.
To the top rope and to the cutter. Amazing.
Come to realize something. I don't really have a primary female superstar.
Do you not?
Nope. I don't.
Why is that?
Because, for one, I would have one of my created people on there, but I would have to hook up my old Xbox to try to do that.
Nobody knows where this thing will end up. Yeah,
and I've already took a chance
part of what gets the adrenaline
once
pumping.
with.
There's an added sense of
well,
danger
it was
in a
on the
match
same
like
console,
even
but
if it
yeah.
ends up in the least dangerous place in the whole venue, like the merch table.
I'm sure if I just hook up my old Xbox One and try to make people be fine.
And that's exactly what
hopefully this doesn't delete my data from the other one.
Yeah, that's fucking That
was nasty.
Yeah, so what I had to do, I was trying to download the Xbox One version on my Xbox Series S.
Ooh, man.
So I could make people for Archer. But when I did that, the data erased from my Series S version.
Yeah.
The count without a moment to lose.
Yeah, I don't want to put the PS4 version on my system.
Here's the snap.
I wasn't planning on doing it anyway. But...
knee drop. That'll fracture an orbital.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm just kind of claiming people more.
Flying forearm.
But you don't want to claim too many people.
Nothing could have saved Randy Savage from that attack.
Macho Man dodges.
Well,
inside cradle.
I've got 2 primary males already.
Wow, what's it going to take?
Close call, but not enough.
That's LA Knight and Karrion Kross.
I mean,
then I have some tag teams, which I guess I could use one of them, but
if I could do with the underground division, like in the gender, you could claim a female now.
Would you look at this? She is removing the turnbuckle pad.
I think I'm about to piss off a lot of people.
What?
Strong suplex. Goes under the ropes and into the ring.
I claim Tiffany.
She's going to be my primary female.
Headed out of the ring, but the
how is Tiffany not even playing it? Like,
the human skeleton shouldn't have to endure a smash like that.
No one's like doing anything.
Returning back to the ring.
You know what? If that was my friend, like my friend really liked Tiffany Stratton. So if he was here and he'd see that, he'd be like, "Fuck you, man."
Trying to keep the hold on, couldn't keep it locked in any longer. Kick to the gut creates separation.
The thing is, there was others I probably could have claimed.
Oh yeah.
Top rope.
Think about it.
From the Macho Man. It just got as bad as it could for the champ.
Ooh, Macho just dropped the elbow after that.
This is complete insanity. Still holding on to the title by the skin of their teeth.
The Macho Man is livid about that
kick
out,
I could have always just pushed EO.
See, I've got Mickey James.
He averts the offense.
Alexis, obviously, he's my female, and I've got Fallon Henry. I don't know if I actually got Alexis yet, so. I've got Mickey and Fallon ready. Obviously, Fallon's already on the game. Mickey downloaded a Mickey. I'm not sure if I like the Mickey downloaded yet, but I've only seen it in one match. Obviously, he's got different downloads to it.
Blast off! Savage avoids damage. Oh, callous rake. You can see the marks forming already.
And that was a first-hand example of a dirty attack.
He's heading back to the ring. Springs to the second. No, third rope. He is getting rid of the turnbuckle pad. Don't say that too loud, Saxon. You might get caught.
Kick it out before the count.
Not quite enough to put him away. I don't know what he's got in mind heading to the floor. Wait a minute. Setting in. Devastating submission coming. Unleashed might and force.
Will it get counter? Yes. Not letting the submission attempt do any more damage here. Turned it around with a reversal.
Each superstar trying to counter and gain an advantage. No escape for him. Oh, ooh, what a knee lift. Somebody better check his nose.
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring. He's making his way to ringside now.
Oh, no. Driving down with
cover to be crowned champion. Kicks out.
What do you have to do to put this guy away? In a full scan anywhere match. Referee.
Yeah, because the game is broken. That's what it's doing.
I like this aggression, just pure brutality.
Come on, easy. Oh, could this be it? Oh, driver spiked him. The challenger comes up big.
Driver.
And that's classic Macho Man right there. Come get your cup of coffee in the big time.
You gotta love to count here, count out in a falls count. Anyway, man.
Concentrate on the match instead of everything outside of it.
This is the problem that I have had. I'm having with mine as well. So with the glitch, the completely broke universe.
Dismantling the ankle here.
Such a vulnerable area.
And would you look at that? He just let go of the submission.
Maybe he did the damage he meant to do and has something else in mind now.
I'm not doing LCW when every match is a count out and that. On my like extreme rules and that, I'm just gonna stay outside the universe until he fix it. Pick the universe up.
And the champ stands tall once again.
And that is it. That is all. I have returned, by the way. I mean,
Archer, you missed. I am
going to
balls count anywhere match.
Lovely. I am going to be a couple minutes still, but I had to come back as the match is over.
Sorry. I had to get that.
I was still in the process of doing what I was doing, but the match is over, so I had to come and announce the match being over, and well, we got to get another match started. But I am going to be just a few minutes longer, not too much longer. Okay.
I got to tell you something before the next match starts.
Okay. No problem.
I'm in the next match.
In the next match? Or before the next match?
I just claimed Tiffany.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. She's my primary female.
Okay. That's interesting.
Don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, to be fair. That's a good pickup, that, like.
I'm surprised nobody has. Nobody claimed her last season either.
Tiffany, like, that's weird, that.
I know. Nobody claimed her last season either.
I thought I did at one time.
I don't think so.
Go ahead, Archer. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Well, I mean, it's not a big deal, but that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and still TWA Legends champion, the one Elijah Archer, with a big win over Macho Man Randy Savage. He does seem to be wearing a crimson mask, so we know the battle was hard. You know what I didn't like about that match? The fact that when Archer came out, they came out like a tag team. I don't know why that is. He came out.
We also had
with Joe Henry as.
What's to the FCW man, FCA man.
What?
Yeah, about that.
What happened?
If you have a faction, right, and you have the same people come out as managers, you'll get the faction entrance.
But you shouldn't, though. And especially because
that's what happens.
Right.
Because you can set them to solo or tag team. Right? Yeah. So therefore, the solo person should still come out to their own entrance music. And to their own entrance, period. Not just music, the whole entrance in general. Hey, at least we had entrances this time. That's 2 matches in a row. Are you guys proud? That's a glitch that's annoying the shit out of me. You have no idea. Well, actually, yeah, you do have an idea. But the fact that I have to turn entrances on, even though I shouldn't have to. Otherwise, we don't have entrances, right? That's how that works. Luke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you fucking dickhead.
Alright, here we go. We'll move on to the next match. Here we go. It is Tiffany Stratton. Speaking of Tiffany Stratton... Oh, I see why you did what you did. We can't have January versus B. Jackson tonight, but we can most certainly have Tiffany Stratton versus B. Jackson tonight, and now being managed by Team Infinite Oni. That is slick. That is slick, Oni.
There's no fucking rule to it. You can claim wherever you want, because that's not. So
that was some slick movements from Team Infinite Oni right there, though. I'm not gonna lie. But here we go. Next match. This match of the day.
I like how he's done this, man.
I know. Right before the match, it just happens to be for the Twitch All-Star Wrestling Women's World Championship too. How convenient.
That's funny.
If I win the next match, it'll be my 3rd tag title.
I know. But here we go. It is Falls Count Anywhere. It is B. Jackson and Tiffany Stratton for the World Championship. Let's get the show on the go.
So my advice to everybody, if you see someone, take them. I might claim the whole damn roster.
I was going to say, Oni might claim the entire roster of superstars before anybody gets a chance. Although, I mean, Luke has some folks. He has AJ, Will Ospreay, and he has Kenny Omega and AJ Styles. Christian Cool always has Bret the Hitman Hart.
I built one hell of a fucking faction, to be honest.
Oh, you did?
It's like
the only person you're missing is Mick Marvel, but I don't know what's going on with that yet. So we'll see what happens down the road.
I don't know what's going to happen or how we can get
Mick hasn't even really been around too much lately, so I'm not sure what he's up. He could be busy.
He's always working. He always works a bit.
But he'll let us know either way. He'll let us know. It'd be nice to have
come in mind, like.
It'd be nice to have Mick back,
but he's always working on.
I thought. Wait a minute. But I turn entrances on.
Even the rafters are in play.
What the hell?
I doubt it'll be pretty, but
now it doesn't.
I don't know what.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't turn the entrances on. I'll have to check the VOD.
Sometimes, like it calls off though. You can turn it off.
Either way, I'm tired of the crap that we've all been dealing with for the past 3 years in a row with 2K. It's time for them to go. Bring back Ukes. Somebody. I don't care. I mean, who would be a good company to pick up the WWE franchise?
I'll say TS2 didn't really do a good job on Fight Forever, did they?
Acclaim.
You think Acclaim?
No, he's joking. He's fucking joking.
Evidently, Jeff trying to bring him back.
Fucking shit.
Well, I mean, Acclaim isn't total shit. I mean, they've had some good stuff. You know, there's a lot of people that don't like EA Sports. I like their hockey games. You know, I like their hockey games. I like their golf games, stuff like that. If I've never had a problem with those. If they could deliver me a wrestling game as beautiful as a hockey game, I'd be pretty happy. But can they is the thing? I don't know.
Well, it's sad. It was 2K actually made one of my all-time favorite video games.
Which one?
BioShock.
Ah, you like that?
Yeah, in fact, okay, so the Infinite part of my name is actually after BioShock Infinite.
Ah, okay.
That makes sense. It felt exactly like the game, though.
Alright, I am jumping off the broadcast again for a few more minutes. I won't be long. I just gotta finish. You shut your mouth, you crazy fucking Brit. Nobody's talking to you. I was talking. No, I'm fat bastard. It's always something new. I feel like I'm bullied by Luke. I'm being bullied by a Brit. I don't like it.
The thing is, you're not eating fat.
I'm a sensitive person, you know. Things like that hurt my feet. Nobody's talking to you either, Mrs. I was talking to Moon and Oni, because you know why? Because they have hearts.
You go tell her what I just called.
I'm not talking to you anymore. That's it. We're done, Luke. I'm breaking up with you. But anyways, no, you have boobs. Luke doesn't have boobs. Luke has no boobs. You win, no matter what the discussion is. But anyways, I won't be long. I'll be right back. And please, somebody remind me. I'm pretty sure I turned the entrances on for that match. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But somebody remind me before the next damn match to do that. What a hassle this is becoming.
I don't know what the fuck goes on with this game.
I don't know either. I don't know either. 2K is starting to piss me off. I know that. But anyways, I will be back.
Yeah, Strife, I don't know who Acclaims that you were going to, but I'm open for a discussion. Like, I'm willing to give up certain people. I don't have to have everybody that I've claimed. But I know the big three that I want to keep is Karrion, LA Knight, and Tiffany. And of course, Pretty Deadly. I get it. But I'm open for discussion.
And she breaks free before a 1 count.
How'd you know who's actually available?
Another thing coming. Chucked right out of the ring.
And claims no one posted anything.
Yeah.
Plus, no one actually.
And a menacing look from Tiffany.
Let me actually take a gander here. because depending on who I got, may not have actually
She's
counted.
back in the ring, ready to get back to business.
Oh, and an Alabama slam.
Strife, who was you talking about?
Is this it? 3, no.
If you're still
Really had less than a second to stay alive there.
Let's see.
Roundhouse kick. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that'll bust her open. Rising to her feet, and she's going to be met with something fierce. Running super kick.
Someone just lost a tooth. Tiffany's on Dream Street.
Shoulders up, shoulders up.
It was almost all over, almost a 3 count. Yeah, talk about a close call.
And that result leaves everyone shocked. But will the shoulder come up if that move hits one more time?
Wow.
Forearms for the second rope.
Driving down. Took a gamble once, took a gamble again, and hit the jackpot twice.
A ferocious attack against Tiffany here.
Stratton's got to find a way to defend herself.
Caught by the Pele.
Which Scott Starter are we using? The one from, I think you have to unlock these one, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
what,
Archie's been playing my right, so.
I'm asking myself the same question.
Well,
I have no idea.
Well, I'm pretty sure in TWA, Archer's going to be using the Steiner Brothers one.
Yeah.
This might be it.
Yeah, because he doesn't play the game, does he?
Yeah. Okay. Killer Cross. Okay. I can find another primary. It's not a big deal. If that's what you want.
I'm
Let's
happy
see.
she did. I don't want this match to end.
That's fair. Okay.
To fight off her opponent.
As long as he gets pushed, I don't give a shit. Who has it?
Carrying cross.
Yeah. So I wouldn't mind giving up Karrion Kross and Scarlett for another person. That's not a big deal. So I can just give you that contract. But either way,
Oh, get ready. She knows exactly what she's
doing
doing
match,
with this
so
submission
I'll have to
hold.
pick someone else.
Oh, that looks like a
Well,
serious peril. No, she counters.
But if you want Karrion, yeah,
I have returned.
Scarlett, you can have
What
one.
did I miss? Anything? What's going on with the match?
Yeah, so evidently, I claimed Karrion Kross and Scarlett before Variants could, without discussing it.
Okay, so you're gonna gift him.
So I want to give them Karrion and Scarlett.
Okay,
I'll
fair
find another
enough.
primary.
Fair enough.
And just give them the contract. It's
Back
paid.
in the ring. I
So
thought the count was going to end this one. Trying her best to fight out of
Yeah,
harm's way.
consider it done. I mean, that's no problem on my end.
Oh, she was ready with the counter.
yeah, I wasn't really aware. Didn't really discuss anybody.
So I've only seen
I'm
I've only seen a couple of minutes of this match. What have I missed? I'm assuming it's been a good match because it's still going. You know, we've had no strange incidents, and there still seem to be, you know, having themselves a banger in there. But what have I missed? Who's had the upper hand more often in this match so far?
You better be prepared to use it.
I've really been paying attention to be her.
And stay
Okay.
one step ahead.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Strife.
I'm not gonna lie. As much fun as it'd be see to Tiffany beat B Jackson. Yeah, Honeybee's gonna want to kick my ass for saying that. But I at the same time, I do want to see B Jackson win this match. She needs a redemption match after losing. Who did she lose to in the house show match that I didn't expect her to lose to? Was it Lyra Valkyria?
Kick on the mark.
Does anybody remember? I think it might have been Lyra, maybe. But then Julia lost to Alondra. Sarah Suzuki lost to Alondra. Now, to be fair, the League of Nations are the Action Zone Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, so they've accomplished more than just losing in Season 6 so far. But I don't want to see B be the third in a row to lose in singles competition. You know? But Sarah Suzuki, just like B Jackson, out there causing havoc outside the ring. What is she doing attacking Tiffany like that?
She just put her away.
What in the fuck is she doing attacking Tiffany like that? She been hanging out with Charlotte Flair? She picking up some bad habits from other people?
Yeah, good Charlotte Flair.
Sorry, say that again.
I call Charlotte.
She somehow made it back into the
Oh.
ring. These two going strike for.
I'm so happy she put Tiffany over last night. I really am. I said she was gonna. I had a feeling. Because I know one of the interviews I read before she came back, she had talked about wanting to work with some of the up-and-coming talent. She wanted to be a little bit more involved with NXT, and she wanted to start, you know, helping out the future greats, the future world champions and stuff. So that's why I said all along, I'm pretty sure Charlotte's back to do Tiffany a solid, and that was the case. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very happy with that, because I'll be honest, I'm a big Charlotte Flair fan. I think she is such a solid technician and gifted athletically, and her agility is off the hook. Her repertoire of moves is fantastic, but you get so tired of seeing her. They pushed her down our throats like she was the female division's John Cena. You know what I mean? And so for that, I understand why some people don't like her as much as I do. You know, but that said, I also know people that don't like her, but can appreciate what she does in the ring. So that says something, right? And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. That is all. The winner of the match and your new Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Champion from Team Honeybee Wrestling, the great B. Jackson from the League of Legends, going home with the top gold. Congratulations to Honeybee and B. Jackson. Fantastic. Like I said, I was a little bit afraid that, you know, Tiffany might pull this one out, and that would be the third singles loss in a row for the League of Nations. Did not want to see that. And we did not, so that's a good thing. I'm happy with that. And you know, I'm super happy that replays are working correctly again, but do they really need to have so many? You know, 3 or 4 is fine. Do we need 8? I don't know. Does anybody else have an issue with that, or do you care?
I haven't had that. I took that off.
So, you turn replays off? Okay.
Here is your winner, and new All-Star.
So I don't care what Strife says, I'm giving them Cross and Scarlett. Because I've claimed Triple H and Stephanie.
Okay. What?
Nobody uses Triple H here.
No, that's fair.
I've never seen Triple H on this show.
Well, I mean, he's been on the show, but not with not being managed by a streamer team. No. Archer just faced
Triple H.
I don't
want Triple H and Stephanie.
Triple H just faced Archer for the Legends title. Before he was the person that challenged him before Macho, because Archer had start Shawn Michaels, so Triple H stepped in, decided he was going to avenge Michaels, but that didn't happen. So and then the Madness came around, decided he was going to try it, but so far season 6 looking good for Elijah Archer as Legends champion. Can he repeat what he did in season 4? Could you imagine? I doubt it. I highly doubt it, because that was insanity. Even I didn't think he was going to defend that many times. Like, Andre almost beat him, Yoko. So many people they came within millimeters of the referee's hand of beating Archer. And it ended up being Ricky the Dragon Steamboat after he was number 28. No, sorry, 29. He would have been the 28th straight legend that Archer beat if he was able to retain. But he ended up losing to the Dragon. The Dragon dethroned him. All right, so again, congratulations to B. Jackson and Honeybee Wrestling. Let's move on to our next match. And up next,
I wasn't powered up.
It is the Kabuki Warriors. Kairi Sane and Asuka taking on Dangerous Amber Extreme. I believe now going by the real deal Amber Extreme, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. It is the Outlaws versus the Kabuki Warriors for the Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Tag Team Championship. That is next.
So regardless, Joe Link wins this match.
You know what? I think I forgot to turn entrances on again. And now it probably won't let me.
It is what it is.
This is pretty funny.
Not really. Yeah, I'm sure.
This match.
I mean, to other people, I mean, let's be honest. If Glenn was here, he'd be laughing his ass off. But I don't find any of it funny. I don't like anything that interrupts the what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. We'll just have a job.
You know, there's a certain mood and mindset they put you in and get you excited about a show. And little things like that getting interrupting, I don't like. But yeah, I forgot to turn. I forgot to turn them on, so we're not going to be having any entrances.
Tag team action underway.
Again.
Duking it out for supremacy in this one.
We talk a lot about who the best tag teams of all time are.
Bloody well annoying. That's all I have to say. Bloody well annoying, and I'm very much annoyed. The illusion.
I get bored watching that. I get bored watching that. This is like all the time. Like,
I don't like. Yeah, but that's you. My show, our show, TWA's show, we do entrances.
No, I do entrances all the time. I mean, when I'm doing my actual shows.
So
you know what I mean, like.
But for some reason, it shows that the entrances are on until I actually start the show. And then they seemingly turn themselves off, and I have to physically turn them on all the time. And it's just, it's annoying. I don't like anything disrupting the illusion of what our show is supposed to be, you know what I mean?
What I meant by is like when I do my shows, you want to have entrances because it's a bit shit if you don't have entrances in it.
Yeah.
When I'm playing, if I'm just messing around on the game, like not doing my shows.
Oh yeah, I get that.
We'll skip the entrances.
Yeah, you don't always want to watch the same entrance over and over.
Yeah, that's what I meant by I get bored watching entrances, like, you know, when I'm just playing it.
That's fair enough.
When I'm doing my shows, though, I'm going to keep the entrances on because it's my show. It feels like a show, you watch it on TV. It's going to be a bit lame with no entrances, isn't it?
It would be. It'd be like watching Raw and everybody's just in the ring ready to wrestle with no entrance, no music, no getting the crowd hyped. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you're playing the game and you're just running through some matches, you don't want to keep watching the shit over and over and over. I get that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. What match number is this? Is this 6? Are we at the betting rounds next? I think we're at the betting rounds next, aren't we?
We're about to find out.
I feel like we might be.
Those two are in such a cohesive.
I feel like we might be.
I'm playing my general. I'm playing my GM board now. I just skipped AJ's entrance there, but I'm just gonna be out to watch it. I'm not doing my LCW right now, am I, so.
Oh, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
So did everybody see the new Underground Championship? So I brought the BMF title back in a sense.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I need to go have a look.
But this time it makes a lot more sense than what we were doing with it last time, because it literally is a version of an Extreme Championship. It is, and I was able to even call it the Underground Championship, so I was excited about that. So instead of just having anybody that just come in to the show, we were talking about it earlier, and instead of just having occasional underground matches, I'm making an entire underground division. What's up in the air is whether or not we're going to make it an intergender division or stick with a male champion and a female champion. The Pride division, you know, I wasn't as much as up in the air with that because it fits the scenario. But we're talking combat sport rules here. Do we want a man beating up a woman inside of MMA rules? I guess that's... I guess that's the question we have to ask ourselves.
If you want to make it, like...
That's true, Oni.
Like, if it was January, it wouldn't matter. She would fight anybody.
Yeah, there's definitely, like...
I mean, she could hold her own.
Yeah, like January or somebody like China. You know, you obviously could see them mixing it up with the guys.
Yeah, you have to see, like, Charlie Wilson take on Brock Lesnar. I mean, like...
Straight into the pen.
Oh, you're bad.
Well, I'm just trying to picture Liv Morgan facing the Undertaker in an underground match, you know? Yeah. I hear Buddy the Wonder Dog. What's Buddy up to? He's looking for treats. He's angry.
He wants to go out. I'm gonna go let him out.
That's probably a good idea. Let the poor guy out. He's got to drain the dragon.
Look at this power. Look at this strength. Great way to escape.
How dare you, Luke?
I think I'd rather see Liv Morgan face Kane in an Inferno match.
That's hilarious. It would be nice if they brought the Inferno match back. You know, I actually prefer, you know, because you know, they brought some elements back. Like, even the casket match, I didn't really care to see the casket match back. I was happy about the ambulance match and the gauntlets being thrown in. The casket matches, I was always, even buried alive matches, I could give or take. I wasn't always like a huge fan of casket matches or anything, and it takes a specific, like, it's got to be a real good storyline to bring in a casket, you know what I mean? So, I mean, how often do you unless you're a real fan of them and then you want to do them all the time, but...
I tell you what, right? It's actually so shit without entrances watching it like a show. It's just so weird.
It is. I know, that's what I was saying.
It's just lame, it is. I don't know what it is.
And of course, it has to be my fucking show.
I don't want to turn heavy entrances off.
It has to be my fucking show that happens. You see, now, when you're running tournaments, you have to turn entrances on, because in play mode, they're automatically off unless you want to use them. So I get that, and I can remember that. But when I'm running a regular show and we're having conversations and I'm reading the chat and I'm trying to get to the next match, I just don't always remember, oh yeah, that's right, 2K's fucking me over, I got to turn the entrance on. You know what I mean? So it was basically the entire last show we did. Now I'm basically continuing the trend.
I've got it set to on, right? Whatever do a backstage brawl, it automatically turns entrance off and play now, and it's fucking annoying. Sometimes I go set up the next match and I don't turn it off on.
You can have entrances in a backstage brawl?
No, you can't, but what I'm saying, it automatically turns them off because it's a backstage brawl.
Oh, well, yeah.
So when you set up the next match,
yeah.
Off, and it's
I see what you're saying.
You see me do it before because you've got my feet.
I've encountered that before. Yeah, you're right. I caught it and was able to fix it, but yeah, that happened to me too. That is weird.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know what else is weird? I should have known something weird was going to happen on the show today, because I actually had to go back and change all my match types, because when I came back in, although all of my championship matches were still there, I was super impressed with that. I didn't have to change any matches, but it changed them all to TWA lockdown matches. Even the tag match. How the fuck do you have a TWA lockdown match with a tag team? Yeah, I mean, I wish I could. There was, what year was it we could? Was it season 3? It was either 22 or 23. You could have a tag team steel cage match and turn off, climb over the cage. But then they took it away the next year.
No, that's stupid.
Because we had tag team lockdown matches. They were fun.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. People out this game's like a fucking downgrade, man.
Well, it's like they needlessly remove shit and add stuff nobody asks for, wants, or needs, because I guess they think it's cool. But like, even with wrestlers, I had to make a bunch of changes to Archer this year. That annoyed me.
What do you say? You got to change the Archer?
I did. I had to change some of his moveset because they've removed stuff. Which is fine. Archer's like custom built. He's built from the ground up. So he takes time to create anyways. But I like using a specific moveset, and I've had to change that now a little bit. I don't even know if anybody's even noticed, but I notice.
And she heads out to the floor. Obviously was in need of a breather.
Well, I think most people would with their own wrestler. Like, if Oni saw something strange happening with Johnny Rainbow, he'd be like, hey, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, he just would, because it's yours. It's your wrestler that you've inked to a contract type of thing. So.
Yep. And I have.
Yes. And likewise, it bothers me some. He's doing well, so if he was having a shitty year so far, it'd probably bother me more. But he's doing okay. I just don't like the fact that I had to change certain things, that's all. And I had to change things with Humboldts. There's a few.
So can I claim Undertaker? Because I want to, like, my dad's favorite wrestler was Undertaker.
I thought you already did for that very reason, to be honest, but I could be wrong.
I haven't. I forgot. I haven't done it yet.
Oh, you didn't do it? Oh, okay. We just talked about it. All right. So I guess I was wrong. So I mean, unless somebody else beats you to the punch, I mean, I don't have an issue with that. People can claim whoever they want if they're available.
Oh yeah. I just haven't forgot. I just haven't remembered to do it. I don't know why.
Well, you can do it offline too. Like, you don't have to wait till we're live. You can go into the chat when we're offline too, and still redeem.
I didn't mean to bring it up while I was here right now, but I thought I would.
Yeah, but no, why not? Why not have the Undertaker? Now, are you just gonna have him as a solo, or are you gonna add him into Team Arsenal? So the Undertaker we use is the American Badass too. So there's that. But
see, I like people one better.
Yeah, we've been using the American Badass since I think the midway through season 5.
To me, that's Taker's worst. That's Taker's worst gimmick for me. I like the evil Taker, maybe the Fiend. The Fiend Taker's my favourite one, but I like the current one. The current one, I like the current one.
The gimmick didn't bother me. What bothered me is, for some reason or another,
I'd prefer to use the Undertaker as in like the actual like dead man gimmick rather than the American Badass.
They booked him way differently as the American Badass.
I could play the Undertaker and Kane, I'm guessing, and Brothers of Destruction.
I mean, if you wanted to.
Shit.
Back elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, running bulldog.
I just bought you Undertaker.
Alright, thank you then.
Armbar locked in.
Going right after the arm.
Francis Strafe is driving a Cobra.
Is that the Undertaker you use, American Badass?
Pardon me?
Or do you switch it up every now and again?
No, I mean, depending on what's going on, we switch it up. He's just been the American Badass since, I think, midway through season 5, I think.
Nice.
Wouldn't it really be up to Gooner?
Yeah, it would be, yeah, because he claimed him.
Yeah, I'd use the dead man on the Taker, I mean.
Which one?
The one that's just the one that's on the game, I'm guessing. But we've got Undertaker now. Have you got the dead man edition?
Yeah, I do. So there's, I mean, I think his 98 from Ministry of Darkness is on there.
Well, that's actually is wrong. You know that's wrong in the game. That take is wrong. And he was in the Ministry until 99, so it shouldn't be taken at 88. Do you know what I mean? And so he shouldn't have the Ministry song. He wasn't in the Ministry there in that case. So they fucked up. They've been fucking putting the wrong Undertaker in for years.
I didn't even notice.
It's mad. If you go look it up, it's right. But my friend Adam told me that, and I was like, "What you mean? It's the wrong Taker?" I'm like, "It's the wrong Taker. He wasn't in the Ministry until 99. That's not right." How can you?
Yo, France with 2 L's. What's going on? Welcome in. I didn't even know you had snuck in. He's been here for a bit, apparently, but what's new and exciting?
Diving elbow drop. No chance to get up from
Can the Undertaker complete the Underground division, maybe? He's got that chokehold, hasn't he?
He's got a lot of good striking elements.
Yeah, put him in the Underground division.
For years, he actually trained in MMA. He loved it. He actually said, if MMA had got bigger than it was at the time that he was big in wrestling, he said Vince McMahon might not have had so many WrestleManias with The Undertaker because he would have loved to fight. He said that in an interview,
yeah, he's a big fan of it as well, so...
Yeah, he goes to a lot of events.
In a well-timed counter.
I'm excited to see what they do with boxing.
She had that scouted.
Because TKO's getting into boxing now. They're going to try and bring boxing back to life, so to speak. Because, I mean, boxing has gotten bad, man. Like, for every 0.5 pounds, there's a new division, a new championship. No champion wants to fight the other champion. They just want to keep their padded records and all that shit. That's what I like about MMA. You can be a phenomenal athlete and a phenomenal fighter, but you're going to lose at some point. That's just the nature of the game and the beast. It doesn't mean you won't win again, but you're going to lose at some point.
Yeah, it is.
You know, there's so many...
You get beat at some point.
There's so many different ways to lose a fight. You know, but
it's
even
like that Floyd the Buddy Mayweather who just picks his own fight.
Yeah,
that's how we.
Well, even in UFC, Khabib Nurmagomedov there, he retired 29-0, but he was going to lose sooner or later because people were studying him nonstop. That dude was getting beat soon, guaranteed. But he was really good though. I mean, if you like that style, because he did the same thing every fight, he just wanted to grapple.
Yeah.
You know? I still think there should be a time limit on grappling, unless you're making constant progressive advancement. And I'm not talking about, he grabbed a hold of the wrists to try and prevent the choke from further sinking in underneath his chin. I'm talking about, like, he's able to move and get out of it, or completely change the position he's in, or not just movement, but I think there should be a limit to it. Otherwise, you should be stood up and then the fight should start over. Well, not over, you know what I mean, though. It should start from a stand-up position. At the end of the day, it's not just a grappling match. And although we're starting to see a lot more great striking, there's still a lot of fights you watch and that's all they want to do is grapple. You know, they want to, it's like they want a BJJ match on a bigger stage. So that's what you end up with. But
an important tag here. This could change
I'm thinking of it. I've got Gouda, Mickey James, Alexis James. I've got Fallon Henry. I've now got The Undertaker. I've got AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, and Will Ospreay. Fucking hell, I've got a collection now, haven't I? Jeez,
you do.
Christ.
That is definitely a well put together team.
Yeah.
But Oni is oh, look at that. That is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match. And your new Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, representing Team Joe Link. It is the real deal, Amber Extreme, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, going home with the tag gold. Congratulations to Team Joe Link. That was an interesting time. I literally just looked up for a second because I was trying to see just how long France with 2 L's was in the chat before I acknowledged him. Toyahachi Joe, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you, my friend. Hope you had a great stream. Probably did. Always do.
Can
we get a shout out for Toya?
Can't get his sorry about
that. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
If Marvel can't get his wrestler on here because you're PS4, I'm thinking of getting someone else for Team Arsenal to replace it, maybe.
Yeah, you can always claim somebody.
Yeah, we can always download somebody as well, can't we? That's not in the game.
But I think he is on PS5.
Yeah, Marvel is. He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's on PS5.
Now, if he really wanted to, he could. The Outlaws one.
Oh.
Well, if he wants to,
there's a replay on.
If he finds a way to get his car back into the game, then we can just.
Well,
sorry,
I knew Joe was winning regardless. I just didn't know which one.
I mean, I wasn't totally sure, only because last season the Kabuki Warriors were champions a couple of times. So, but then again, the Outlaws have always had a fairly successful team.
Yeah, but the thing is, Joe Link was also my tag team partner.
Look at the blood all over the head of Amber Extreme. Talk about a Crimson Mask. That's a good one.
Team Arsenal. Who fits the floor here, man? Fuck it out. What about the heart?
I'm ordering food for WrestleMania.
The Outlaws with a 5-star match. I don't know if that was a 5-star match. It was a great match. I don't know if it was a 5-star match. I think that maybe the critics of our show are a little overzealous at times. Especially when it came to our Elimination Royale, which Jey Uso somehow managed to get handed the Twitch All-Star Wrestling World Championship and granted a 5-star match. Which, of course, Oni was the first, I think he was the first to point it out. That was strange. That was beyond strange. Still 4 people left in an Elimination Royale, but hand the title to Jey Uso after eliminating Zach Payne. How dare they? There was a coup run there, that's for damn sure.
Do we have a Triple H?
Do we what?
Do we have a? We must have a Triple H.
You know what? That was the 7th match. We're already in the betting rounds. We forgot to open the betting line for that one. So not only did we not have entrances for most of this show, now I've literally ripped you guys off of a chance to bet on the match. I'm
fucking asshole, man.
I know, right?
You're cracking
it's
up tonight,
you know what it is. You know what it is.
It's
because I'm fucking Canadian. That's what it is. I'm gonna blame that.
You're Canadian ass.
I'm gonna blame that. Oh boy. So I'll make sure I get a betting line open for this matchup. It's our co-main event for Twitch All-Star Wrestling. Falls Count Anywhere, Nia Jax versus Nightshade from Team Sir Jack the Great.
On that note, I'm gonna head off. And we get ready for
I don't know why Noam Dar is there. That's a great question, Mufasa. Did you say you're heading off?
Yeah, I'm gonna head off for a bit.
Silence at last.
Fuck you bastard. To be fair, I'm kind of lazy in the broadcast.
Yeah, sometimes.
Everyone's fucking... That's just a little bit, man.
But yeah, Mufasa wants to know, why is Noam Dar there? I don't know why Noam Dar would be coming out with Nia Jax. That is a great question. Maybe he's the Tiffany Stratton replacement. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this point, but it is definitely strange. It is definitely strange.
What did you say?
Noam Dar coming out with Nia Jax. Strange. No way around it. It is strange. Oh, I forgot to turn the fucking entrances on again. Son of a bitch.
Again. Oh my god, you're having a brave fat thing.
Oh my god. Alright, you know what I am going to do? I'm going to get the betting line open at least.
you should retire.
This is just ghastly, isn't it? Alright. So this is for the Pure Wrestling Championship.
They're moving. I'll catch you later, Ollie.
Alright, so who walks out TAW Pure Wrestling Champion? Is it going to be Nia Jax? Or, why do I keep... There we go. Or Nightshade. Representing Team Sir Jack the Great. 10 minutes to make your bets, as usual. And there we go. We are not getting entrances, but we do have a betting line open. That's 1 out of 2. That's 50%. I'm not making myself sound any better, am I, Oni? I've just failed the show. I failed the show. No goddamn entrances. We missed a betting line.
WrestleMania is less than half an hour away.
It is. It is indeed. All right, here we go. Nia Jax versus Nightshade, Pure Wrestling Championship on the line. Let's go. Wow.
Without the entrances, the show's going quicker.
I mean, not always something you want to go for.
Is now underway, and you wonder what these superstars might have in mind for this match. I'm sure they can dream up plenty of dangerous.
Plus, I might actually run the tournament after the show.
For all we know, this fight could end in the next town over.
Like you're not planning on watching Mania?
Well, I can't watch it live anyways. I have to wait until some of the matches have taken place before I can start watching it anyways. So, and I do have the Underground Championship tournament.
If I was able to host it, I probably would. But
Utilizing the top rope to inflict more punishment.
But I can always save the tournament for later tonight, too. Or tomorrow. Because you're right, Mania is starting soon. And I'm sure that's where most people are likely going to end up, is watching Mania, but
that's going to be a moment you want to forget it very soon. Great reversal from Jax.
Oh, put down.
Mufasa says also, Archie, you can put Mufasa in the underground division. Excellent.
And she saw that coming from Jax.
That is a good idea.
Unbelievable athleticism.
We will do that.
Just like that, we've kicked the tempo.
I mean, if you want to put Asuka there, you can.
Intentions in her mind right now.
In the underground division?
Like she has
I can totally see Asuka doing it.
Justice in mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like that.
I could see her doing it too. We just have to decide if we're going to do it intergender or we're going to have separate divisions for that.
Oh, so have y'all discussed WWE's newest acquisition of AAA yet?
We have not discussed that actually. No, that's a very interesting acquisition. And it seems like they're basically going to allow them to run the company still, but under the WWE banner, under the TKO umbrella.
That just kind of came out of nowhere.
It kind of did. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I didn't see that coming. You know? You know, a lot of people are saying, well, it's not really a partnership because WWE bought them out. Well, it is a partnership because, yes, they bought them out. Yes, they're in the WWE under their umbrella, under the TKO banner. But they're going to be still running AAA the same way they were. It's not like Triple H and Shawn Michaels, all those guys are going to jump over and travel back and forth and run AAA. They're not going to do that. They've got people that have been successfully doing it. TKO and WWE know that they've been successful at doing it, and they're not going to do anything to change that. They're simply going to give them a broader audience. Because if you've ever watched AAA, I mean, it's pretty exciting to watch. There's some top-tier talent there a lot of the time. It's like watching, like, it's the way New Japan used to be. Like, I still love New Japan, but New Japan doesn't have the same level of talent coming in and out that they used to. Still good to watch, but not on the same level as it used to be. But AAA, the luchadors, and not even just luchadors, but just some great wrestlers coming into that promotion. Period. So, you know, it is a partnership of sorts. I understand what people mean. Well, they bought them. Yeah, but the people that were running it are still running it, just under a different, you know, they don't own their own company anymore. They've become part of a broader, well, universe, if you will.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's going to get used right, too.
I think so, too, yeah.
It's not like when Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor.
Oh, and trashed Ring of Honor, and continues to trash Ring of Honor. Like, the whole legacy of Ring. I wish he'd sell Ring of Honor. I wish Vince McMahon would have just offered a bigger penny to get Ring of Honor, instead of saying, oh, I don't think it's worth that, and letting Tony Khan have it. It's like, Vince, what are you doing? I mean, he could have easily acquired that. I mean, he probably wouldn't have put Ring of Honor back on TV. So there's that. He would have done it strictly for the library. So that, you know, that was a bit of an, because, you know, Ring of Honor wanted to still be on television and whatever. But that's the other thing, is they keep saying there's going to be a TV deal for Ring of Honor, and we've got nothing. So there's that too.
And she fights it off. She just won't stay down.
Just taped shows, right?
Nia Jax taunting her opponent. Didn't go to plan for Jax.
I don't know. I was always a Ring of Honor fan, so I'd really like to see them start doing better with Ring of Honor if they're going to continue to own them.
Might have the answer for the irresistible force.
Yeah. But I mean, they still struggle with AEW, much less both. So I don't know what to expect.
This could put a stop to Nia. There's two.
And that is it. That is all. That was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. Holy hell. Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match and the new Twitch All-Star Wrestling Pure Wrestling Champion from Team Sir Jack the Great, it is Nightshade. A big W for Nightshade. She remains undefeated and going home with gold for her efforts. Dang it, another ad break. Yeah. Ad breaks are ghastly. They really are.
I'm about to get my points back.
Alright, you giving them back to yourself? Nice. That saves me from doing it.
Yeah, the betting line never finished before the match.
No, I know. That's what I mean. Like, that match was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. That's a little crazy.
No one bet on Nia.
No one bet on Nia?
Now, if I would have bet on Nia, then I just would have lost my points.
Yes. Or maybe you would have changed fate and Nia would have won. Probably not. But I mean, it could have happened. As it is, Nia lost, so... Man, so Sir Jack ends up winning tag team championships with the Unholy Union, and now Nightshade, the Twitch All-Star Wrestling Pure Wrestling Champion. And that even got a 3.5 star for that match. That was a very quick match. Like, she basically squashed Nia Jax, which is odd, by the way. A little bit odd. But it happened. That I can accept. But 3.5 stars? That's like... Well, I mean, as we stated earlier, I guess there was also the first match of the night that Jey Uso was handed a world title, and they gave it a 5-star. So I guess there's that too, right? I guess I shouldn't be surprised by anything at this point. Probably not. Alright, so let's move on to the main event.
You gotta do the payout.
Did you do it?
I'm not upstairs.
Oh, okay. That means I'm doing it. But it's not closed yet. There is still...
It's still not closed?
No, there's still like 35 seconds left. But our next match is for the One Championship. It is a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. Anna Jay, who just happens to be the Action Zone Wrestling Continental Champion, taking on Roxanne Riley, who is the One Champion. Championship is on the line. But we have to get a... You got what? Did you get World?
World.
You know, you're one of just a few people that have even got that. There hasn't been a lot of people able to get 100% World Championship worthy. That's a hard one to get.
That couldn't be a go-home happy match, could it?
I mean, which World Championship? Twitch, Genesis, or Action Zone Wrestling?
Genesis, the big one.
Genesis, the big one.
That's the big one, right?
TAW and Action Zone Wrestling are very upset by your comments and are thinking about suing your management team. Oh, let's see if that stupid thing.
Oh, you know what? No, let's do it. Got a better idea. TAW. Let's see if Jey Uso can...
Oh, you want to put Jey Uso's title on the line? That is rude, but I like it. Alright, I can issue the payout. Nightshade was the victor.
Entrance is off.
On. There we go.
I don't know who.
51K. Go to Oni and Moon Raider. Oh, God. Yeah, so I just turned the entrances on for at least the final match. We're going to get entrances for our main event. Well, it might be the main event. Unless Oni cashes in his championship-worthy redemption. But I can get a new betting line open as well. Well, he makes up his mind on that.
Let this be the main event.
Let this be the main event? Okay.
I'll cash in later.
Alright. I mean, we can't have a go-home happy match. Whatever that match might be. But... Alright, so... Who walks out one champion? Is it going to be Anna Jay, the Action Zone Wrestling Continental Champion? Or Roxanne Riley, the reigning defending one champion, who's putting her championship on the line? I'm still making the betting line 10 minutes, so hopefully they duke it out for longer than... Well, longer than they did the last time that we set it at 10 minutes. Because I still find that hard to believe. I'm not saying Nightshade's not a great wrestler. What I'm saying is it is weird that she squashed Nia Jax, of all wrestlers. You know, if it was Candice LeRae or something like that had happened to you, I'd be like, oh, cool. But I was Nia Jax. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was a little bit surprising.
God, you're a woman and she's classified as a giant, pretty much.
She is. Nia Jax, you mean?
Yeah, they did kind of make her little. To face.
Apparently Jennifer Wolf also coming out with Roxanne Riley. At least that makes sense. They're part of the same faction. I don't know what the hell Noam Dar was doing there with Nia Jax. Not a clue. That was weird too, by the way. Alright, here we go. Entrances are on for the main event. And the betting line's open. I'm 2 for 2. See? I'm learning. I'm getting the job done. I mean, too bad I didn't for the remainder of the show, but, you know. You're right, though. It did make the show a whole lot quicker without the entrances, but it sucked, though.
Yeah.
It was not as enjoyable. For me, personally.
No, I can understand.
But if I get bored after WrestleMania, and of course my wife will be already sleeping at that point, I may run the tournament later tonight. I mean, I'm going to be up anyway. And it's not like I'm going to, you know, just jump into bed after WrestleMania is over. So, there's that distinct possibility. Because I've already got the tournament set up for the new Underground Championship. It should be an interesting tournament. I wish it would let you set up more than one singles tournament, though. You can have 2 tournaments, but you can't have 2 singles or 2 tag. They have to be one of each.
I wish it would be more than one.
I know. They need to change that part. Alright, here we go. Main event underway. Of course, I was burning a little time there to hopefully get the betting line closed before the match closes.
The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match and is for the Wrestling Alliance.
But anyways, yeah. So I don't know what the first match for night 2 is going to be, but I'm hoping it's the Fatal 4-Way match. For me personally, I think that would be the way to get everybody's adrenaline pumping. Because I think that's going to be a banger of a match, I really do.
I think Braun Breaker is not going to be the one to get to take the pin from either one of the 3.
No. If he loses the title, he's not being pinned. At all.
And so I think Mr. Braun Breaker is going to be a world champion by maybe at the start of next year.
I definitely think that they're pushing him towards the world title next, yep. even if he won this match, you know, even if he retained the Intercontinental title, I still think the next step for him is going to be a program for the World Championship. And rightfully so. That guy came along very easily, very quickly. Fans like him.
Just be the night the title changes hands.
You know, he's got the look, he's got the fucking talent.
That spear to Carlito was just
oh yeah.
Was just brilliant.
Yeah. I think he delivers the spear better than anybody has. And he's not afraid to run through you either, apparently. Because that spear even looks nasty.
The challenger looks focused at the task at hand. She is determined to end the champion's
diving through the air
reign
like a
tonight.
Scud missile. Action Zone Wrestling Continental Champion is Anna Jay.
The WWE Universe on their feet.
No, just. Well, you could have come in.
I've been sitting there waiting.
Jennifer Wolf, the Action Zone Wrestling World Champion, escorting the One Champion. Another faction that started off good this season. The Wolfpack Gals. Even without Tia Stevens and Rose Brewer.
Cole, the champion has never looked more dominant than right here, right now.
What's the betting line at?
I don't see one.
Halfway through, just gone pause. On my side.
Nobody's bet on Roxanne Riley at all. 100% of the bets on Anna Jay. So that's Mufasa and probably Strife. I would assume that Mufasa is going to bet on his wrestler.
Can she handle the pressure of this match?
Granola must be working today. Or it's actually, I guess he could be celebrating Easter too.
Yeah, my Easter honestly kind of sucks.
Did it? Why so?
Well, it's just been me here at the house the entire time.
Oh, you did? Oh, you didn't go visit anybody today?
No, there was something going to happen, but a lot of my family is sick.
Oh, that sucks.
So, I've been at home with the cats.
Gotcha.
You win this title, you are a top name in this industry.
A top name in the industry.
Something scary about this Easter?
What is?
It's also on 420, which if you know,
that's
you know.
true. Yeah.
And it's Hitler's birthday.
And it's Hitler's birthday. Nice.
As ever. Yeah, they have absolutely no desire
That's interesting.
to even entertain the possibility of walking out of here tonight without their title.
Happy Easter.
And an answer for
Happy Easter. I mean, I'm still breaking Easter, but like.
Oh, what a close line.
I mean, Easter's one of those things I've never really been overly excited about anyway. It's just, I don't know. I was never much of an Easter person.
Well, it's a religious holiday.
It is.
Quick reversal from her.
A federal holiday.
It is that too. You know, I get paid.
It's not a federal holiday here.
Well, it's not a federal holiday here either. We get Good Friday. Is our stat day. Easter Sunday, they're just flat out closed.
Decapitating.
Like it's a bank holiday in England.
Yikes!
So Honeybee said she was off tomorrow.
Yeah, the bank holiday here is Monday. Easter Monday. We don't get paid for that day either. Well, I mean, we get regular pay, but we don't get any stat pay or anything to work it. But the government does. I actually think they might be closed Monday.
Forced to the outside. Not a good predicament to be in.
I don't know if they get Good Friday and Easter Monday, but I know it's a government and bank holiday on Monday here.
We gotta cover, guys, for the championship.
Sometimes you forget what, like, depending on where everybody's from, you forget how popular each holiday is in different regions across the world. You know what I mean? Some traditions aren't as popular as they used to be, type of, you know what I mean? Just depends who you are. And or in some cases why you celebrate it to begin with. I mean, look at Christmas, for instance. It's really no longer seen as a Christian holiday. I mean, they still hold it near and dear. But I mean, everybody celebrates it because they like the family time, they like the feud, and they like the gifts. The feud. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say food. But sometimes there's feuds. So, you know, there's that.
Your inner brutality. This is no time to hold back and act like the rules still matter.
It's the truth. This is a match condition you have to lean into, or you are in for a world of
It helps make the winter more pleasant, too, to be honest.
Trying to chop her down.
Especially, well, depending on where you're from. If you get a lot of snow and bullshit like that.
Now bringing her fury to ringside. Slam! What impact!
Well, there's the question of the show. I don't know if anybody's answered it.
Taking things back in
what match are you looking most forward to at Mania? Now, we've already had night 1, so I guess this pertains to night 2, which is tonight.
From the top.
The women's match.
The women's match?
Double axe handle.
It's the only one I care about.
Fair.
I mean, I'm gonna watch the others too.
Well, I said it before. I wasn't as excited for WrestleMania this year as I have been in previous years. And I don't know, you know, if it was just the way they built it or because there was a lot of changes or whatever. I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it. You know, it's WrestleMania. It's literally the biggest show on the planet. You're going to enjoy some elements of it, regardless of what happens. But
Didn't feel like it, though.
right, exactly. It didn't feel like WrestleMania last night. Not one of the matches. The only match, like I said, they're lucky that match wasn't on the main card because it would have outshined everybody. If you haven't seen the match between Ricky Saints and Ethan Page, you got to go watch that match. They did a bang-up job in that match. It was great. It was for the North American Championship. I think NXT should be at WrestleMania anyways. And I think eventually they should also have some spots for AAA now that they own them. They could literally turn this into not just the biggest night in WWE, but the biggest night in pro wrestling. You know what I mean? But NXT, I think, deserves a chance to have at least their top champions to have a spot at Mania. I think it's a shame they didn't. I think Obafemi would have been great at Mania this year.
Trying to wrestle free their opponent's arm, has the arm trapped.
But as it is, that did not happen. I gotta be honest, the barricades look funny without the logos. But back when I was having an issue with floating and dancing logos, I had to remove them all, and this just happens to be the arena I forgot to put them back on. That was annoying as hell, watching my logos pop off the barricade and dance around the floor. Terribly distracting, I might add. So if we were to have a go-home happy match, what would that match look like?
I don't know, but WrestleMania is literally coming on right now.
It is, yeah.
I ordered food almost 30 minutes ago, and
it's not there yet.
She turns it around.
What did you order?
From the middle rope. Maneuvers out
Chicken nuggets.
Yes, chicken nuggets. I didn't have a whole lot of money, so
I knew it.
Think of something.
Did you get any dip?
I never get dip.
You never get dip? You just eat them au natural, or do you throw salt and pepper on them or something or anything? Or do you just eat them?
No, that would ruin it.
That would ruin it. I just eat them.
She's on noodle legs, not looking good.
I usually have dip, but what I like is like their hot mustard. I like McDonald's specifically has good hot mustard. At least here. I mean, I don't speak. I know things are different, but the hot mustard's good here. Walmart's GV actually has a spicy mustard that is very close, if not almost the same as McDonald's spicy mustard, which they call hot mustard, but that's what I usually get if I have I don't get nuggets very often, though.
Night. Could that be enough to gain the title? 2 count. We almost
wow.
had a new champion. I knew it would
that was a
take
close
more than
call.
that to put the champ away. But just how much more is needed? The end could still be right around the corner. Can't put this one
Anna
away,
Jay
even
just
after
about
that
become a
big
double
maneuver.
champ. She'd be the first double champion of season 6. Roxanne Riley, however, probably at this point doesn't care about being a double champion. She just wants to retain her title, which might be slipping through her fingers, or Anna Jay is on a roll. Oh, jawbreaker. Owie.
What a counter! Power slam incoming, no. From behind into an inverted DDT.
How'd your show go yesterday, by the way, Oni? I was at work, sadly, during your show, but
it went okay. The ending wasn't exactly what I was hoping, but
what happened?
Well.
Oh, look at that. That is it. That is all. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still TWA 1 champion, Roxanne Riley from Team Life is Great, and of course representing the Wolfpack, who are, again, just like Team Infinite Oni and Team Sir Jack the Great, their factions are off to a fantastic start to Season 6. So congratulations to Life is Great, and of course the Wolfpack. That'll make Glenn very happy. That was a good match. That might have been probably the best match of the show, I think. I would think. Certainly wasn't the Elimination Royale matchup, was it? You know, because the referee called for the bell after the elimination of the second person and handed the World Championship to Jay freaking Uso. Yeah, that happened. So did a whole lot of matches with no entrances, and I blame Oni. Oni was here the whole show and did not make me pay attention to my own damn show. And that's what I'm going with. I'm blaming Oni. I'd blame Moon, but, you know, I blamed him for a lot of shit the last show. And I think the show before that. And Luke's already gone. You know, that's why it's been quieter. You notice, like, even, like, we've been doing a lot of talking and talking about different things, but there was a couple times where maybe even for 2-3 seconds it was just silence and we were watching the match and we didn't have, you know, belching or interrupting of a conversation that we might be trying to have at the point in time. You know what I mean? Did you notice that, Oni? That silence? Very brief as it was, but was there, right? It was there. Luke's going to listen to this later and think, you fucking bastards. How dare you make fun of me when I'm not there? I mean, Luke, we'd make fun of you if you were here. You don't have to... You can be here or you can not be here, but, you know, we're going to say shit. We're going to say shit. We're going to talk trash about you and your shrine and your purchasing things off eBay. Mickey James memorabilia, etc. You know, that's just the way it is. And you do interrupt. I mean, how many times did you interrupt Oni today? How dare you? How dare you, sir? It is because you're fucking British, though. We're going to go with that. I think that's... Yeah, we're going to go with that. But anyways, I may or may not go live again later tonight after WrestleMania is over. We'll see what happens with that, but I will be up. And we do have a tournament, which I think I might... haven't decided if I'm going to run it here on Twitch or if I'm going to do it on YouTube. But either way, I do have a tournament ready for our brand new Underground division. So we have the TWA BMF Underground Championship up for grabs. And yes, the tournament is all Underground matches, hence Underground Division. Before Luke sends us a message on Discord asking. You know, because being the Underground Championship, it might be a different type of match type that we might, it might be a steel cage match. Or a Crimson Lockdown. By the way, Oni, guess what? I forgot to tell you, we can have the Crimson Lockdown again. Last season, I could not turn blood on and turn Climb out of the cage. Like, it wouldn't do it. I could not do the match. But I can again. I've already got it. I'm pretty sure I created the match already. But we'll, of course, utilize and be sparing. We don't want to make that match boring, because that's a match, of course, I borrowed from Oni with his blessing, because I thought it was cool, because we have TWA Lockdown match, but he's like, a First Blood in a cage would be even better, and he came up with the name Crimson Lockdown, and I thought, that is fucking badass. So yeah, we borrowed that shit, but we were unable to do it for a while, but now we can. So now we can. I don't know, should we do a go-home happy match, or do you think the main event will suffice? What do you think? I don't know. WrestleMania's on.
The main event will suffice.
You think? Yeah, I'm thinking so, too. Usually our shows do go longer. There's reasons it didn't go longer, mostly because we had no entrances. We also skipped Joe Link's match recaps. There's a few things we didn't do, mostly because, Luke was kind of dominating the show at one point, so we just had to try and get our shots in when we could. It was difficult today. Terribly difficult. So things moved along a little faster than anticipated. Plus a couple matches, like Nia Jax getting squashed, for instance. Like, that was crazy. The Elimination Royale got called after the second elimination. There were still 4 more people. So there was reasons. But WrestleMania is on, and I'm sure everybody's going to be watching. I know I want to watch. Oni's going to be wanting to watch. But that doesn't mean we don't pop up later with that Underground Championship tournament. Whether it's on Twitch or YouTube, I guess you'll just have to pay attention to your notifications. But yeah, that's a possibility. If not, we'll probably end up doing it tomorrow at some point. But it could happen tonight. We'll see. But enjoy WrestleMania. I'm sure I'll talk to everybody on Discord, maybe even in the Discord chat later. Maybe we'll hop on the voice chat later and hang out, and maybe WrestleMania will still be on, maybe it won't be, but we'll talk about it either way. But appreciate you guys for being here, as always. Next time, I do... Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off, but, so it's confirmed the women's match is the first match.
Oh, I don't like that. But anyways.
And this bullshit, even more bullshit, EO's coming out first.
Oh, yeah, so... Great. Anyways.
Yep.
We'll leave it at that for now. I do have more I want to say, but I'm not gonna. That's not good, though. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign. But anyways, that's too bad. Hopefully she at least gets another run, if they do decide to steal that title from her tonight. Which is unfortunate. I don't think Rhea or Bianca at this point need that title. I think it is where it should be. And if they want to put the belt on Bianca or Rhea, then they should wait till SummerSlam. And give Io more time to make a case as a great champion. And that way, of course, it makes sense to have her in the title mix later. As opposed to transitionally running her around and then maybe or maybe not putting her in the title picture again later. But whatever. I could go on and on. I won't. We'll wait. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, maybe we'll top in the Fam Jam on Discord later. And we'll see what's going down. But either way, appreciate everybody for being here. Our next show will be either later tonight or tomorrow for the tournament. My original plan was to do it on YouTube, so I probably am going to do it on YouTube. But again, it's for the brand new TWA BMF Underground Championship, and it's going to be a fire card, so you don't want to miss it. But it's that time. I don't know if there's anybody we can go visit, or if it's even worth going to visit anybody. It is WrestleMania time. I'll have a quick look, but I don't think so. I mean, let's face it, WrestleMania is one of those events every year that people that don't watch wrestling watch it. Yeah, I think we'll just call it quits. I don't think there's any real need to invade anybody tonight. Today, this afternoon, if you're in the UK, you know, it's what? 11 minutes after 12. So, either way, appreciate you all, and we'll talk soon. Have a good evening. Enjoy WrestleMania. Later.